Hello and welcome to a very special episode of In Over Our Heads presents a Steven Seagal quiz show with special guest Joey Gasagna.
Hello and welcome to Gasagna Quiz Time, attack flight born against a good sniper weapon pistol gun salesman, Attrition Justice Edition. And in this Steven Seagal quiz, no one wants to win and no one can afford to lose. I'm your host, Guiseppi Gasagna, and we have three brave fools in front of a live living room audience, ready to take their final exam on Steven Seagal, and I am grading on a curve. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm only taking this class because my friends were.
Hi, I'm Zach. I was late at registration period, so they put me in this one, and I'm hoping it fills a gen ed.
I'm Hans, and I almost failed the last one, and I definitely can't afford to fail this one.
I hope you all remember the rules from last time, but in case you don't, I have questions, which I will direct to one of the three of you. You will then get the chance to answer correctly for a point. If you get it wrong, next contestant gets a chance to steal. And what are we competing for today?
Oh, God.
Well, our winner gets to choose a Steven Seagal film of their choice. And what will we be doing with it? Our third place loser will be doing a full script read of the entire film, with the exception of one character. Our second place winner gets to pick that character to read for from the script. And I'm so sorry.
So we're far from done with this crap, because we still have to do that.
Don't hurt me.
So I'm
We've
okay
done
with
this to
winning.
ourselves.
I'm okay with winning. I'm also okay with playing Dunoir. So if we can,
I'm gonna aim for second place.
if we can thread that needle, I think I'll survive.
To get started, we'll open with a few warm-up questions. Don't worry, they're still worth points.
Then they're not warm-up.
That's what a warm up is.
Wait, well, hold on. What's the order?
Oh, it's going to be Zach, Aaron, and then Hans.
What was the order
Okay,
last
good.
time?
I don't.
think
You're
I-
metagaming. You're whole towering.
That was like a year ago.
I think that was the same order as last time, and if that's the case, we can't do that.
Okay, Hans, me, Zach. I get to steal all the points. Hans gets wrong.
That's big talk for the man that came in last time.
That's true. Because Aaron came in last, but Aaron doesn't have the vibes of a man who came in last. And that just throws it all off.
No,
in the
Aaron
whack.
was extremely confident the entire time.
I still am.
I'm firmly reminded of that person in school who, there's two people in your class, and they both finished the final in about 10 minutes, and one of them got a perfect grade, and the other one, it's all blank.
I do have a question, if I'm allowed to ask one before we get started.
Yeah.
I don't remember where the last one left off. It was in the middle, but I don't remember the movie. Are we allowed to know?
Question
We
number
will.
one. What was the last movie?
I don't remember where that middle... I don't remember where the midterm was.
The midterm was just before Attack Force,
Before Attack
which I'm
Force.
sure you remember what that was about.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda.
Of course, everyone remembers
Okay.
that.
Kinda.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alien vampire
Okay.
drugs.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So Attack Force will be included in this exam.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Good deal. I'm ready.
So it is
So,
not a cumulative.
I'm not
final.
ready. I'm
Merciful
not ready at all.
It's not ready at all.
Oh my god.
So, our first question. Hans, this is your chance to redeem yourself.
Redeem. I got second place last time.
Who said the line, I almost shit?
Oh,
Hans, you have to.
the actress is Martha Coe, but that's not the character. I can't remember the character. I just remember the actress. Aaron, take it.
How does this work? Wait, how does this work?
Yeah, wait, is there time limits? What's
Wait,
the...
is it my...
Yeah,
he
I mean,
passed.
Hans
Is it
doesn't
mine?
have the answer.
I don't
so,
remember.
yeah.
I just remember the actress's name, but that's not what you're looking for.
What's the actress's name?
Martha Coe?
So,
That's not the
are you
actress's
passing?
name.
Are you
No.
passing? No, he passed. It's mine. Martha Coe is the name of the character.
Oh! Wait, then what was the name of the actress? I can't remember anything. God, that was so long ago.
And that was from the first semester. Come on.
Yeah.
It was the first question. Probably.
What was the actress's name?
Aaron?
I don't
What's
know.
the actress's name?
I don't know.
I don't know. That wasn't the
None
question.
of you know?
That wasn't the question.
Oh, no, the question is specifically what is the actress's name?
Oh, you said what character said this line? And the answer is Martha Coe.
Yeah.
My mistake. I'm looking for the actress.
Well, I
None
don't
of us know that.
Okay, well then...
I'm so disappointed.
You really
That's twice
shouldn't
you've
be.
forgotten the name of this wonderful actress.
She's great. I don't know her name. I'm sorry.
Francesca Roberts.
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
right.
I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna say. Oh, I didn't know.
No, that's right. I see Rachel shaking her head in the background.
We deserve it.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Aaron.
is that points?
Yeah, these are points.
Oh my god.
Well, nobody got any, so it's a wash. I told you, they're warm-ups, as in last year.
Oh, okay.
Last semester, as it
Oh,
were.
this is the.
So this
Aaron.
is ever so slightly cumulative.
Ever so slightly.
Hit me.
Francesca Roberts
No.
was
was drinking out of a mug.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
What did it say on the mug?
Oh, this is
Black Lives
Come on!
Band.
Are you kidding me?
Teacher's pet.
Correct.
Oh, that's lame.
Yes. I feel so good.
And
I'm on the board.
Zach,
Yes.
for you to round it out, in what film?
Oh, come
Oh.
on!
Oh, that's hard to kill.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Garbage.
These were supposed to be the easy warm-up questions.
They were, to be honest.
Well, two of them were.
Mine was.
All right, Hans, I'll give you an extra question just to see if we can get you back on the board before we shift topics. Francesca Roberts also had a button pin on her scrubs. What did it say?
What?
I don't think we ever talked about that.
I don't remember.
She had one of
talking
those
about
little
that.
pins on her scrubs. Little button.
Did you watch the movie,
What did
Joey?
it say? I may have watched
Joey,
this
did you
scene
watch-
specifically for 1 minute in order to make sure I had all these facts correct.
No, you can't ask us questions about things that weren't in the podcast.
Are we scoring?
I guess
Are we scoring the same way we did last time? If you get a question wrong, you lose a point.
No,
Oh.
we're gonna make it easier.
Oh, we can't have negative points this time.
Yeah, we've avoided the negatives.
No, I have no idea. What did the pin say?
It said the F word with a red circle and a line through it. But we'll skip that one since, you're right, we didn't talk about it. So, Hans, your actual question, your last question of the warm-up round.
Oh my god.
We're just gonna keep going until he gets one right.
Yeah, Hans gets like 14 warm-up questions.
This is ostensibly a college course, which means it has a course number.
Oh.
Yeah?
What is the course number for Intro to Seagal?
169.
Aaron, what's the course number for Intermediate Seagal?
269.
Zach, what's Advanced Seagal?
Oh, that's gotta be 369.
Correct. Everybody gets a point.
That was from Zach's rubric.
Correct. That's the end of the warm-ups. We'll get to our first movie, Attack Force. Hans, what is the name of the drug in Attack Force that turns the people in Paris into aliens/vampires?
I don't know. I don't know.
Fair and valid. Aaron, do you happen to know?
It was like a string of letters, or maybe like a Greek, like delta or something. That's my guess. I'm gonna guess delta.
You're closer, but no. Zach, do you happen to know?
Fluoride.
They did put it in the city
Real
water.
topical.
That's true.
It is CTX.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sure.
Sure. So,
Yeah,
Aaron,
why not?
While Attack Force was allegedly set in Paris,
Allegedly.
where was it actually shot?
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Romania. You have to Google it, don't
That's
you?
that's a really good broad guess, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that going to be like half the questions in this entire thing? Is where is the shot?
I'm going to
it's like
give
one
it
of
to
three
you.
Places. Wait, can I attempt to steal?
I'm
If
going
I
to
get-
say no because it's way too obvious if it is in Romania.
Can I say Bucharest and like say that I'm closer? And
You can say it, but I'm not going to give it to you.
oh, okay.
Yes, Aaron, I will give you that.
Yay!
My favorite kind of question, the somebody said something during the episode
Oh
question.
no.
There you go, Zach.
Legally, I should not
What?
ever be held accountable for anything I've ever said.
Well, it's a good thing this isn't legal then.
What cut of the film does Hans want rather than the theatrical release? I'm looking for specifically the blank cut.
Hans wants the blank cut of Attack Force.
Yes.
The focus on this man right now.
All I can think of is the cat's butthole cut. Hans wants the actually we're not gonna pussyfoot about it. They are just vampire cut. I don't know.
I'm sorry, it's the Seagal cut.
Oh, you didn't give anyone a chance to steal.
I would have gotten that too.
What do you have?
You gotta remember that you gotta pass
Zach
it
also
on.
said that it didn't count in the actual episode that it didn't count, so I wasn't letting anyone steal that.
What was I referring to?
It was supposed to be as opposed to the Snyder cut.
in the
You wanted
in
the Seagal
earlier,
cut.
yeah,
Because it's not. Yeah.
because it's not actually alien vampires; it's just drug addicts.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Hans, I believe in you. Zach said during the episode
Oh my god.
that rather than an intimacy coordinator for the standard role that those fill, though he does say that this film would probably need one, this film instead, or as a supplement, needed an intimacy what?
Was it like an intimacy normalizer? Like to make intimate scenes seem not quite so awful and awkward? Was that what it was?
I'm going to give it to you. It was intimacy coherence checker.
Yeah, that tracks.
Not worth any points. We're going to now move to our next film. 1/3 of the film is archival films or archival footage of planes landing and taking off.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Flight
all
of
right.
Fury. Aaron,
Uh huh.
what was Sarah's reaction to Hans mentioning the idea of the flow state and you're shifting over to movie window?
I think she just said it was sad.
I should be able to
I
steal
concur.
this. She definitely called us like idiots. Like,
Hey, you don't get to answer my questions unless I get it
hey,
wrong. And you can steal.
it's my wife. Sorry.
This is true. I'm gonna say that she said it was sad.
I'm going to say that's not specific enough.
Okay, I agree.
Zach?
Okay, can you restate the question?
What was Sarah's reaction to Hans mentioning the idea of the flow state and you're shifting Overton movie window?
I think that it's pathetic and a big waste of time. Like that we should have done this whole thing in the first place.
You know, she might have said that at some point, but she didn't say that about she didn't say that about this specific concept. Hans?
That it was disturbing?
I mean, that was implied. She said that you all need therapy,
Oh, yeah.
which I still think may be true.
Yeah.
I don't know what film therapy normally means, but I feel like we need a different one.
Another round of zeros.
Oh, perfect. Zach, according to Zach, the lesbian sex scene may have been the first time that any Seagal film accomplished what feat?
Did I say that it was the first time it passed the Bechdel test?
That is correct. It passed the Bechdel test.
Woo, feminism wins another one.
26 movies in.
We got him this time.
We got him. Hans,
Yeah.
we'll get back to this in a moment, but what was the tagline of Flight of Fury?
Oh god.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not gonna know it.
Aaron?
Oh, I have no idea.
Zach?
I don't think this is actually correct. But is this the one that said this time he found the enemy but on the other side?
That is not correct.
Okay, I know I passed my turn, but can I at least guess for no points?
Sure.
Was it a flight to freedom?
I would say that would have been close enough. It's a flight plan to freedom.
Good one.
Aaron?
Yeah?
What hyper-specific recommendation for alternative television does Hans recommend at the end of the episode?
What?
What?
He gives a very specific,
Oh, it's like a
instead
specific
of watching
episode.
this.
Oh!
It's a specific episode of It's Always Sunny, probably.
Yeah, statistically speaking, that would be.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Statistically speaking, I feel like you had good odds, but it was still
Yeah.
wrong. Zach?
No.
A specific episode of Lost.
Again, playing the odds and it's not working out. Hans, do you happen to remember?
It's the episode of Archer where he goes in and destroys a plane at an enemy
Oh, dang it!
Yes.
The third obvious option.
My
That
next
is
guess was
correct.
honestly going to be Futurama, but
Yeah.
Hans, I'm kind of surprised you didn't get the tagline one, considering that quiz you made.
I got it after. I was too late.
Terrifying quiz you made. What was the impetus for making that quiz?
Okay, we might have to pause this a little bit because
Why?
Well, because I forgot. We didn't send you our scores, did we?
I wasn't gonna use them?
So the original plan
Extra credit.
was that we would give the quiz out to everybody because it was funny. But
It is funny.
the three of us had to take the quiz before anybody else saw it, before there was any kind of any knowledge about it. And then our scores on the quiz would go into a sort of weighting system for the scores that we get on this quiz. They could either help or hurt us. And we have them saved somewhere.
Algorithm?
Well, so we could
that's
still do the game
terrifying.
show and then plug that in.
Yeah. But we should say at some point somewhere.
It's the randomly awarded stars at the end of Mario Party.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, so we could just bring it up then at the very end. Just be like, okay, and now it's
You
time
didn't
for
even
the
know you
stars.
had these.
Yes.
Here you go.
Yes.
Yeah, because perhaps unsurprisingly, everyone that we sent that quiz to did very, very poorly. And we actually did too well.
Depressingly all right.
We did just way too well.
I mean, to be fair, it is like an apt comparison since the Olympics were just
that's
on somewhat
terrifying.
recently. Like, I think it's important to remember that the three of us here, like, you know, when you watch the Olympics and you're like, oh, what a washout, what a complete failure. And it's like just that the person is like the 10th best at whatever it is in the world. Like, we are still three of the foremost Seagal experts. We may perform badly in this quiz, but like, you know how people always joke about this? If we had a person here who hadn't like watched any Seagal movies, like the normal person competing, we would maybe still blow them out the water.
Yeah, here is mine.
I would like to point out
Here's
that I did
Aaron's.
mine like on the phone in the backseat of a car, so like I could have done better.
You had every opportunity to not do that. You could have waited until you got home.
Yes, I want you to know I made a poor choice. And I suffered consequences for my actions.
You suffered consequences for your actions, and yours was like 1% beneath mine.
All right. I'm going to roll some...
Yeah, so just imagine me at my full power. Just imagine me unlocked.
Uh-huh.
Imagine me going Super Saiyan. I could know so much about Steven Seagal if I lived up to my potential.
Anyway,
You just gotta like clench and start screaming.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but to answer your question, that's why we made the quiz, because we wanted that to have some form of...
Well, why we made the quiz was because it was poor decision number 47 in a series of increasingly poor decisions.
What number are we on? Whose turn is it?
I'm doing one of my
it's Joey's
riff
turn.
bits. So, Hans, I'm kind of surprised you didn't get more of the tagline. Well, you got there eventually, but considering that you have an entire quiz that you made that specifically has all the
quiz
taglines,
a very long time ago.
I'm kind of surprised that you didn't have
I
that
made
one
all the
ready.
data for the quiz a long time ago, and then I actually didn't get around to making the quiz, and it's been a while since that happened. It's a whole thing. My memory's also just not that great.
I feel that one. Well, also a long time ago, you learned from Zach what can only be considered the cursed William Dafoe knowledge.
That we were forbidden from putting in the recording, yes?
Despite Zach not wanting to mention it, did it change how you view him?
Not really, I guess. Although I think that came about before we saw Poor Things and
Kinds of
Kinds of Kindness. And honestly, I didn't even remember that when we were watching those movies, but going back and watching those movies, an interesting thought. I don't know if anybody's seen Poor Things. If you haven't, you should, because it's fantastic in the most weird way. If you haven't seen Kinds of Kindness, don't, because it's garbage.
Oh.
But also go back and watch Spider-Man and imagine the Green Goblin, but he's packing meat like it's a Chicago meat factory.
Oh my god! Good lord! You were like desperate. You didn't want to tell us until we ended the recording, because you didn't want it to go in the episode, and now you're just throwing it right on out there, huh?
It's the game show. There's no rules.
Oh, well.
No, this
Speaking
episode
of no
has more
rules.
rules than any other episode. What are you talking about? This is the
that's
episode
actually
with
true.
rules.
Speaking of
No speaking.
bad
No.
movies, it's time for that film where Seagal wanted to be black, and also his son dies, but he doesn't really care who killed him. Urban Justice.
No.
He had a son in that movie?
Allegedly.
Oh, I'm remembering things. Okay.
Going through these in order is weird, because you think it would... last time we did the game show, we did them all out of order. You'd think it would like be easier with them in order. I don't think it is.
Okay, I'm like having flashbacks to this movie. I'm not going to say anything about it, because there might be a question.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I believe we're now on Zach.
I'm ready.
So, Zach, per Aaron's description, what does Seagal do to the people who ordered his son's murder?
He like kind of buddies up with them, doesn't he?
I'll give it to you. He does nothing.
Well, okay.
Well, no, because I think
Which
at
is
the
like-
end he's just like, "Hey, you cool," and then just leaves.
Yeah. They kill his son, and he's just kind of fine with that. Certainly a mood.
A mood.
Hans, what weapon is used for the 21 gun salute at Seagal's
Get
son's
outta
funeral?
Shotguns.
Correct.
The only weapon that you would not use for that. God,
I'd like to see a 21 gun salute with like crossbows. That'd be fun.
Ooh. Well, Aaron,
Yeah.
what tall tale character from American mythology is Seagal compared to?
Paul Bunyan.
oh my god, this is all coming like rushing back to me.
Yeah.
This garbage movie.
I remember much more about this movie than I thought I did.
Oh no.
It
Zach,
was so out of place.
I'm ready.
I was more thrown off because I now, for strange reasons, now associate Paul Bunyan more with the burger joint than I do with the American mythology, which is kind of a weird space to be in. But
Every time you say anything and I look down at Rachel's response to you, Joey, saying something is just the best.
Rachel, just imagine that you got married and then a month later Joey started this podcast. Because that's the situation Sarah found herself in, actually.
all right, Zach. Seagal's son spilled coffee all over himself due to what stupidity on his part?
Is this that he was like driving a car but just had like an open cup or open mug of it, like no lid or anything?
Correct. He didn't have a lid on his coffee cup while driving.
That's right. And it wasn't a cup either. It was like a mug.
was a travel
like
mug.
A travel mug that didn't have a
No
lid
lid.
on the travel mug. Oh my god. Ugh.
The highest. Look, no expense spared. And
The opposite.
and Hans, I hope you get this one.
Oh.
That means he's
What
not.
movie does Hans recommend to watch at the end of this film?
At the end of Urban Justice?
At the end of Urban Justice, what did you recommend to watch?
It had. I would have had nothing to do with Urban Justice. I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess. I see the
What-
cogs turning.
Was it the Scooby-Doo movie?
No, that'd be a good answer. Aaron?
I remember what I recommended. I do not remember what Hans recommended. I'm going to
That's
guess. Season 2 of Lost.
Incorrect, but a reasonable guess.
Yeah.
You can't just watch season 2 of Lost. You miss all the backstory.
Zach?
Oh.
Nobody's gonna say anything to that.
This was something completely. It was like what's the Ian Iannucci movie?
What?
The Death of Stalin or something. Like,
It's a bad recommendation.
Well,
oh, I don't.
Well, that's everybody's
wow.
guess. Everybody
Wow.
guessed.
all of my
Yeah.
recommendations
Yeah.
are bad recommendations.
Because he recommended a film that can only be described as a poker game where a character throws chips in the pot and says 3 white ones, he recommended Pistol Whipped.
You recommended
another Seagal movie? That's illegal.
Wait,
Hans.
what? Oh, that's because that's the one that comes next.
Oh, because that's what he said. I recommend next week's movie. Stupid.
Hans making the bizarre choice of recommending a Seagal film.
I forgot.
That
Well,
he
it's 'cause
hadn't even seen
We
yet.
hadn't seen it yet.
Terrible. Oh my gosh.
I forgot about
shame.
that. Aaron, what was the one that you recommended?
I recommended The Chosen. Learn something about Jesus because
right.
like the crooked cop in that movie is in The Chosen, the TV show about Jesus and the apostles.
We made maybe the dumbest podcast of all time, and that's like some stiff competition.
Zach's just got his hands up in the air.
We made the dumbest possible podcast in the medium that is only dumb media. Like,
We deserve an award.
What award?
Certainly.
I don't know. Do they have Razzies for podcasts?
That would be appropriate,
I feel like
honestly.
they should.
yeah, it's called Spotify exclusive.
Get them.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for
All
listening
right.
to the Spotify exclusive Steven Seagal. Find us on Spotify.
Aaron,
Yeah. Pistol whipped.
where was Pistol Whipped filmed?
Ooh.
Chicago.
Incorrect.
That's what I thought.
Zach?
This one was filmed in Canada, wasn't it?
It was not filmed in Canada.
Hey, no hints. What are you doing?
Oh, I thought that was his guess.
That was my guess, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my turn. Come on.
Hans?
Okay. Okay, I guessed a specific American city. You guessed the top half of the North American continent.
Well, because I was hoping then at least he would say get more specific, and then I could say Toronto. But I didn't want to go out with Toronto
You're not
first. I
Zach,
wanted to.
you do this all the time. You're like, no. I'll give like 3 answers to try and narrow it down. You
Yes.
give one answer.
I gave one answer.
You would be kicked off of Jeopardy so fast.
No, because this is like Jeopardy when you just say a last name and then you only say the first name if
No,
prompted. You gotta
that's
play
not
the meta
Jeopardy, that's
wisely.
Quiz Bowl
Hans, you're
rules.
distracting. Answer the question.
That's a high school quiz bowl.
Hans,
rules,
answer the
and we
question.
said the same thing last time.
Hans is delayed.
Where was it filmed?
Romania.
I have bad news, and I'm kind of disappointed in
was
one person in
Detroit,
particular.
wasn't it?
It was filmed in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Bridgeport.
Oh, that's right. The Canada of America.
No.
Is it?
To be fair, Hans said a country. I said a country. Landmass, my country's bigger, but we were both legally justice specific. We
Well,
both said
Zach,
a nation states. Excuse me.
It's time to see how specific you can be. Per Aaron, in the poker scene, everything is made from what 2 items?
In the poker scene?
Yes.
Yes. In the poker scene, everything is made from what 2 items?
Does he say like cardboard and spackle or something?
That is incorrect. Hans?
I don't remember. He's gonna get it. I don't know. Ritz crackers and cheese dip. I don't know.
That's closer than people have been in the past.
Hugh Laurie said it first, but I said it louder. Plywood and gum.
No.
Oh,
I thought I stole that. So I use that
Oh.
phrase all the time.
I feel like the vibe is the same. You said popsicle sticks and hot glue.
Oh. That's the other one. Because whenever I think of like a crappily built set, I think of plywood and gum because I saw like some behind the scenes footage from House where Hugh Laurie described all the sets that they worked on being made out of plywood and gum.
That's terrifying. All right.
my face
Hans.
is starting to hurt already. It's not good.
We're going to keep it that way.
We're what,
having
3
too much
movies
fun.
in? Oh my god.
We're still in Pistol Whipped.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember anything about
Seagal
Pistol
in this
Whip.
film is released from jail and walking down the street. In that scene, how do the cops tail him?
It is in broad daylight. They follow him like from 5 feet behind in their cop car on the street at the same speed that he is walking.
Correct.
Glorious.
Aaron,
Uh-huh.
according to Aaron,
Oh, no.
while sometimes Seagal does a very offensive impression of a black man,
Sometimes.
it is also sometimes an offensive stereotype of what group of people?
Oh no.
So many. So many.
Um.
I will clarify this question since it is before anyone's had a chance to guess. What non-protected class of people?
Non-protected class of people? Italians?
Interesting, but I think Italians on the premise of it being like an ethnicity is protected.
Huh.
Also still no.
Okay, yeah.
Zach?
Is it like Southerners, like Southern Americans?
You've got the vibe, but that's not the correct answer, no.
Okay.
Cops?
No,
I
I'm
know that's
so-
not.
well,
I know not.
technically no. You could make a weird argument, but we're not here to litigate that. The correct answer was cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay.
I remembered now.
Zach.
Yes.
Seagal's ex-wife in the film, not his real-life ex-wife.
Which one?
Know where this is going?
None of them. Says that she divorced him to get away from, quote-unquote, all this during a party.
Yes.
Who did she marry?
I'm sorry, my dog's freaking out in the background. So she wanted to get away from all this, like this life of like, the police work and stuff, and she married Seagal's buddy who is like also in the police.
It's his former partner.
Correct.
Yes.
She divorced him to get away from the cops and then married another cop in the same department.
His best friend cop, actually.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right. Hans.
Yeah.
In the film, there's a character named Steve, played by Mark Elliott Wilson. Aaron says that he looks like
Stop
a different
putting my
character,
quotes
a
in
different person.
Oh,
No.
Who does Aaron think that Steve, played by Mark Elliott Wilson, looks like?
Why would I know this?
because it was completely out of pocket and very wrong.
Steve Buscemi? I don't know.
That is incorrect.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Aaron, do you remember?
It was Joey from Friends, a show I've never watched.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Did he actually?
No.
Kinda. I mean,
If you've never seen Friends, yeah, kind of.
I want to be clear. The two of you said, no, he does not. What are you talking about? I, in preparation, Googled this, and my notes say, I think I agree with Aaron.
Oh my god.
Because I was going to say, if you remember in the movie Game Night, whenever there's the joke that the one character says she like slept with Denzel Washington, and throughout the movie she keeps showing this photo to people, and everybody immediately is like, that's not Denzel.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like that. Where like maybe somebody would say, oh yeah, he kind of looks like Joey from Friends. And then all of her friends are like, no.
No.
Aaron? Mm-hmm. I feel like you've watched a lot of films besides Steven Seagal films.
I've gone out of my way to do that, actually.
Especially with...
Okay, early in the season, very true, I watched nothing but Seagal. Later on, I was intentional about watching
changed.
other stuff.
Is there any particular film coming up that you're excited for?
Upcoming film that I'm excited
Yes.
for?
Upcoming film.
Not really. Unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
If there's a...
The movie I was looking forward to was M. Night Shyamalan's Trap, and I went and saw that and had a great time.
Wait, Aaron, The War for the Rohirrim is coming out this December.
I could not care less about The War for the Rohirrim. Actually, I can
Beetlejuice?
care less because I care less about Rings of Power Season 2.
Gladiator
Aaron.
2?
Blazing Saddles is coming back to theaters for a 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
You're not
I've
excited
never
about
seen
that?
Blazing Saddles.
You've never seen Blazing
I've never
Saddles?
seen Blazing Saddles.
I don't actually
would-
think Aaron would like Blazing Saddles.
You would,
Okay, move on.
you'd probably hate it.
My dad likes
So-
Blazing Saddles.
Hell
That's
yeah.
not surprising. It's a great movie.
Yeah. So, Aaron,
Nah.
you mentioned you saw Trap.
Yeah.
What role would you cast Steven Seagal in that film? What role would you give him?
See, I know the role I
That's
would
an
give
interesting
him.
question.
I know the role he wants. I
can imagine.
I would give him would be like a background security guard, like one of Lady Raven's
Yeah.
private security. I think the role he would want would either be the lead character who's a serial killer, or because it's too evil, he would like insert some CIA agent who's tracking him down, like give the sociologist like a much bigger role than she has in the movie. Yeah,
That's exactly who he'd be. Yeah.
Wait, can I propose what would be the funniest role though?
yeah, go for it.
So you know there's this guy called the Butcher, right? Well, they found out he was going to be at this concert. This whole concert's a trap. They're going to trap him.
He'd be the vendor.
The Butcher. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but this whole concert's a trap.
Well, on the note of various killers, it's time to pivot to our next film, where Steven Seagal does the Zodiac, and also where Sarah called Zach a butthead. It's time for Kill Switch.
They did Zodiac.
Can't even picture the
So-
poster from this one.
In a rare commitment from me of watching some Seagal content in order to
Why?
get precise and accurate information.
Oh,
Aaron,
no.
how many times does the clip of the guy getting thrown out of the window replay over and over and over again?
Is this
how
time I
many
watched in
times
Spanish?
precisely does that man come out a window? I'll give you plus or minus 2, which will give you an idea of the range.
3 times?
No.
Woof.
No, not even close.
Zach, how many times do you think this guy was thrown out of a window?
Quick question. Is this one I watched in Spanish?
Yep. You don't get to ask those
I
kinds
think
of
it
questions.
was. No?
No questions.
I don't know.
He was thrown out the window 10 times.
That is not correct.
Ooh. Oh, interesting.
You got it like a gap to shoot for him.
Yeah.
I was
thread the
also
needle,
going to
Hans.
say 10. I thought
Thread
it
the
was
needle.
a lot, but if you said
It
plus or
is-
minus 2.
I'm saying, plus or minus 2.
7?
I'm sorry, it was 13. It was actually more.
I was the closest.
You were the closest, but you were not close
Yikes.
enough.
I should have
You
stuck
went
with
too
my
low.
gut. I was trying to play it safe. I should have stuck with my gut and gone higher. Dang.
All right, Zach. What type of cipher is being used by the serial killer?
It's just like a simple, like, it's a letter to symbol, like, replacement. Like, no complications or anything. Just like a separate alphabet.
Yes, you are correct. On that front, I'm looking for something more specific about what it's letters for symbols replacement. What are those symbols from?
The Bible?
That is incorrect. Hans?
I don't remember. What was
Aaron?
I
It
don't.
is a replacement cipher that uses astrological symbols,
It uses
alchemical symbols.
the
probably.
symbols for the killer's musical works.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know what year Kill Switch came out, but I feel like it is like that is the equivalent of using someone's SoundCloud rap career in order to find out that they're a serial killer.
Yeah.
To be fair, having a SoundCloud rap career probably means you're a serial killer, so.
That
I
was
wasn't gonna
what?
say it.
That was like late aughts,
Yeah, that was like
Maybe?
2006, 2007, I don't know.
Yeah.
something like
All
that.
these movies came out in 2006.
around,
That's how I felt during that quiz.
around the time Bring Me to Life came out.
Hans. According to Aaron,
Oh.
Steven Seagal looks at the dead body in his house the same way that Aaron looks at what?
I don't remember. It's the same way that
Why do I
Aaron
have so
looks-
many quotes in this quiz? I don't like this.
The same way that Aaron looks at dirty laundry.
Oh, that's close. But no.
It's dirty dishes in
Aaron
the sink.
Pile of dirty dishes. Yep.
Too many Aaron
right.
quotes are going to Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, if you would have gotten them right.
Yeah. And now, Aaron, who is the woman killed to frame Seagal as the serial killer in this film? I will accept either the character's name or the actress.
Stacy. I don't know.
Zach, would you happen to know?
Not a chance in hell.
Fair enough. Hans?
No idea. None.
It was Daniela Evangelista, and her name was Barmaid.
Oh, good.
Wow.
I don't know who that is. I just Googled her and pulled up the IMDb page and went, I don't know what any of this is.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So,
Yeah.
sounds about right for this
Process.
point in the career.
Yep.
Zach. Oh, man, this is great because it's according to Aaron.
Oh my god.
I was too funny this time around.
Cheated. Unfair.
Which character does Aaron describe as a typical alternate band frontman?
It's the serial killer of the film, the main villain.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hans?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Why does Billy Joe, the criminal, get out of jail halfway through the film?
Because Seagal was too violent in arresting him. He went too far, and the police had absolutely no choice but to let this guy go.
You said that with so much confidence, but that's not what I wrote down.
Oh.
That's what it was. What did you write down?
Wait, hold on, Aaron.
I guess send it around the room. Yeah,
I
send
get
it
a
around
chance
the
to
room.
guess what's on Joey's piece of paper.
Then we'll see.
It's because Seagal, when he arrested him, he didn't follow like any police procedures, so they didn't have any actual evidence on this guy.
That is what I have down, specifically evidence inadmissible in court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And Aaron,
Uh-huh.
According to Aaron.
to round out your point thievery, what is the final scene of Kill Switch?
The final scene of Kill Switch.
Oh god.
Oh, he like almost beats a guy to death with a hammer and gets pulled off of him, and then the movie just kind of ends.
That is incorrect,
Oh, dang
Zach.
it.
Um,
Definitely thought that was it. That's why I said it.
he's like gets in the car and drives away. I don't know.
Nope. Hans, do you happen to remember what the end is?
I'm pretty sure this is the one where he like the movie ends and then he shows up at his family's house that was never mentioned.
Dang it!
Correct. Seagal has a secret Russian wife and family.
And all the birds. She has a bunch of birds.
Yes.
Completely unprompted.
Daddy's home.
Yep.
What? They like walk into the bedroom and he looks into the camera and then it fades to black and then
Yep.
the movie's over.
I feel like that scene was a good precursor to his next film,
Oh, no.
Against the Dark, which could only be
Whoa.
described as, oh, thank God, something weird.
Yes.
Now we're getting into stuff that I remember.
You say that.
I say that now.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Zach, what monster is created by a virus, spread via infection, and shambles around? According to this film.
They very clearly are supposed to be zombies, but they're not actually zombies. They don't do the vampire thing again, do they? Vampires?
They are vampires, yes.
Yeah.
They call them vampires
They are-
in the movie once, but they are called vampires.
For some reason. Hans.
Mm-hmm.
Who tells the cast that the only way out of the hospital is via the security gate?
The woman who worked there, she was like the leader of the clan that was the people that were already in the hospital before they met up with the people that broke in through the window.
I'm going to give this to you, even though that's technically not what I'm looking for, but you got the point I wanted.
What are you looking for? Name?
Which is...
Is it the people who
No,
came in
it's
through the window?
the lady who just came in through the window.
Oh.
Which, you mentioned the part about them having just come in through the window and then saying they could not leave out the window.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is really the point I wanted to get into with that question.
Yep.
Right.
A high quality.
There's like a ladder up against this window, and they're like, the only way out of this building is the complete opposite
through
side
the
of the building.
basement garage.
Through the basement garage. Definitely not through this open window with a ladder.
There's no other way. You can go in the window. You can't go out it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a one-way window.
Aaron,
Eh?
what surprise actor appears in this film as a real actor?
It's, he's been in a million things. Wait.
Because he's an actor.
He's the president in several movies. And TV shows.
TikTok.
TikTok, come on. Go on, Dre, cut him off.
This sucks because Zach's going to get it, but
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I can't remember his name.
All right.
You're gonna be so
I have to
mad.
pass. Sorry.
Yeah, Zach.
It's my
Give it to
man
me.
himself, Elroy Patashnik from Community, Keith David!
Correct.
That's right.
Zach, to double down on your points, why do they have to get out of the building before the power runs out?
Oh, because the military is going to bomb this one hospital and then say, good work, everybody, let's go home.
That is correct.
That's only
But-
half correct.
No,
That's only half correct.
That is, okay, wait, that is true
Because
because
they
that's,
don't
they don't know
that
that's
they're
the
about
reason.
to get bombed.
yeah,
But it's because the power's going to run out.
Yeah, why do they have to get out? I'm going to say no, that's incorrect.
Okay, come on.
because without the power, they won't be able to open the emergency door.
Correct.
I definitely got
They-
that.
They do not at any point ever know that the hospital is going to get bombed.
Yeah,
But then I said, then the power's going to be out. They have to get out before the power's out, and they can't open the door.
Doors can be opened without power.
yeah, that's the whole point.
Not in the movie. That's the problem. In
Yeah.
the movie, they act like it can't.
In this universe, doors don't open without electricity.
So whose point was that, Joey?
That was definitely mine.
I think you each get half a point.
We can't be giving out half points.
That could be the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
half point.
I'm going to say Hans gets that point.
Come on!
We're not doing half points.
Don't make this hard on me.
I said power. This is bull.
The thing I was looking for was the door won't open without power. A thing that
is
famously
Rubbish.
you're still supposed to be able to do with doors. I already told you the power was going to run out in the question.
Oh no!
Well, while you commiserate about the feelings of rubbish, I think it's time for our first mini game. Mini games are worth no points.
oh.
Okay.
The warm-up's worth points, but the mini game isn't.
Like, can the mini games affect our multiplier at the end?
And the mini game will be judged by our live living room audience, otherwise known as Two Cats and My Wife.
Okay, great.
I'm really rooting for the cats to be on Team Zach. I think the cats could push me
Yeah.
over.
Though, for this first one, there won't be any judging. This is going to be a complete the quote section. Having done this for so long, there's a lot of great quotes that both are in these movies and that you have presented to me via the podcast.
Great quotes. I mean,
So,
Disavow everything in this section.
frustrating
Aaron,
quotes, maybe.
here's a quote from Aaron.
So, if you recognize what you need to do, just go ahead. This is not going to be a person-by-person thing. Just-
Okay.
I've been trying to think about what makes a great movie quote, but I think that takes someone with the right mindset. I mean, it's not something you ask for from Santa. Santa Claus. He never got me
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the side characters from... That was the comedian guy in Urban
Yeah.
Justice. Which comedian was it?
That's why I sell dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's in...
But
wanna
but
think
if
of
I
the Black
told a
Iron Man.
child that, and then they didn't get any gifts, I'm afraid they would let this happen and make us scapegoats.
Dang it.
You know who's better than Santa? Dwayne. And I say, Dwayne, find me that
Cracker. That white guy.
titty bar.
Oh!
And he makes it and he makes it happen.
How am I supposed to remember this crap?
That said, every place he takes me to, at least one person says to me, "Por favor, solo fumaste."
Afuera?
Mucho crack.
Oh, dang it.
And I don't speak that much French.
Zach, you should have gotten that one. That was your whole thing.
Crack.
Mucho
Mucho crack. I do remember Mucho crack.
One time, a woman said that to me, and then she passed out. Unfortunately, before EMS took her away, they said that she's critical, but stable.
Gosh, dang.
We're jumping around from movie to movie here. I'm
Yes.
losing it.
But then you say them, and I can see it in my head the moment that these were said.
After they took her away, Dwayne asked me, "Don't you like women?"
I like women very much, or something like that.
I love women.
Yeah.
Oh, that's from.
But-
ugh. I remember
But
that one.
just because Seagal doesn't respect women doesn't mean we don't have to. Thank you,
Oh.
Josh.
Oh, that was from Josh.
Thanks, Josh. You're a real one.
He told me what I really needed to do was grow a dick.
Oh, wait.
Is this like Mad
As
Libs?
long
Is
as
that
it's
what you're
not
doing here,
bigger
Joey?
than mine, I think he says.
No, that does
Well,
come after, yeah.
Well, I probably would like you a lot less if you had a dick.
Yeah,
Especially
if it
mine.
was bigger than
Yeah.
mine. There's no way it could be bigger than yours.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
I'm upset I remember that scene.
Yeah. But I had to tell him the way I look at it, it's like this fish.
What?
I don't know. It's in a Seagal film. Why would it make sense? It's just swimming around in this fascist state. But this entire fascist state
Is this from Perfect Weapon?
It has to.
doesn't seem that bad, thank you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the guy in the hot tub
Yeah,
right
they have
before
the
he gets
eggs by-
murked
they have
by the
eggs
Perfect
by
Weapon.
State Farm there.
He told me that he was not born on the...
He was not born on the turnip truck. He was born not at
Correct.
night during the
Oh my
day.
God.
Oh, God.
But I still don't know what that means. Dwayne and I, we what might could be
a real good team.
correct. But this did start with me talking about movie quotes. And maybe they should start with something grandiose like, "In the name of my father."
Oh,
No,
this is
Lindsay
the
Lohan says
machete.
this. Lindsay Lohan
Oh.
says this.
Yeah. Something, something, something. I don't remember the rest.
I think she had literally says something, something, and then shoots him.
In the name of my father, I forgot the rest.
Yeah. We got a Lindsay
With
Lohan
lines like-
quote in here.
With lines like that, though, it's basically going to turn into Independence Day, but it's an advertisement for...
China?
Cell phones.
FedEx or UPS.
Oh my God.
Zach, maybe all the good movie quotes have been used up by now, and I'd be sorry to hear that, because now...
I'm a snatch every mother birthday.
Correct! And
God,
I'll steal all your money.
it. Oh.
And never get caught, because all the cops will look at me, and they'll think, he can't have stolen the money. He's
Oh, no.
A cop?
not a DEA agent anymore. If only there were just more good movie quotes in these films, it would be a gold mine for...
Joey.
Correct! Any questions in the finale? Thank you, Hans. But, oh well. I'm sure I'll think of something.
Damn. I kept trying to answer like with something that kind of made sense, and that was my downfall.
The last
What's
thing that
the
these
next
do
most
is make
logical
sense.
word? No, get out of
Right.
here.
No. Useless. So, with that done, it's time to get back to that movie where there's a complete lack of car chase in a mobster film, which I thought kind of was like a prerequisite, but
Yeah.
apparently not. Driven to Kill.
It even has the word driven in it.
Oh my God. I don't
remember anything about this.
remember
we go.
anything about Driven to Kill.
Hans,
Yep.
where do Seagal and his son-in-law go to discuss if the son-in-law should be a mobster for a living?
Was it the pawn shop?
That is incorrect, Aaron.
They get a private room in a strip club.
Oh, God,
Correct.
that's right.
And a dancer.
Yeah,
Which is weird.
so there's this woman just like gyrating there as they're having a discussion about whether he should do crime or not. I remember this movie now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What does Seagal want his son-in-law to do in the middle of the movie as a career?
Become a gangster?
Correct.
Oh,
Be a mobster.
okay.
Okay.
And Zach, what does Seagal want his son-in-law to not
Oh, come on.
do as a career at the end of the film?
Oh, become a mobster.
Correct. I feel a little mean giving this to Hans because I have a feeling that Zach is going to immediately steal it.
He has to go through me first.
But it has to go through Hans first. Hans, what religious faith is Seagal's family a member of in this film?
What?
Why would I know that?
And driven to kill.
Driven to Kill. Roman Catholic. I know. I I guessed that one and got
It's a
it
pretty
right
good
in the
guess
last
in a
game
Seagal
show.
movie.
Yeah.
It's a good guess, but it is not correct. Aaron, do you remember?
Are they like Russian Orthodox?
They are Russian Orthodox.
Oh, come on.
And Aaron?
Catholics can only
What
be
kind of
mobsters if they're Italian or Irish.
Correct.
True. That is the law.
Aaron, what kind of phone does the Russian mob boss have?
It's like a... Oh, it's a Motorola Razr.
Correct. Hans, you can't be like, why would he know this? And then he has it.
I don't. How do you remember these details?
I don't know. Don't look at me.
At this point, it's now time for a quick little check-in.
Oh no!
I don't know. How many movies do we have left?
So many, man. So many.
We haven't even gotten to Sniper Special Ops.
I know, right?
Oh, that's so much. We haven't even gotten to Machete.
There's
There's
gonna be a whole 3 hours of this podcast that are just the year 2016 of films released.
I'm very worried. Aaron, you've taken a lot of mine so far.
Well, to be fair, because Aaron took all of the ones that were, according to Aaron.
It's true.
Guess I'm just good at podcasting. I don't know.
According to you, this means you are the most broken. According to you from the last game show.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know how to tell you who's more broken, but at this point, I figure we'll give you all little running totals as far as where we are before we move to the next film.
Uh-huh.
Aaron, you're sitting pretty at 9 points.
Okay.
Zach, right on your heels with 9 points. And Hans with 8 points.
Oh, that's actually not that bad.
It is closer than you seem to think.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Or maybe I'm just lying like a corrupt cop. A thing that this movie isn't about.
Oh, no.
The Keeper. Zach, how does the movie portray that Seagal is finished with his hospital recovery?
I mean, I know he's, like, training. He's, like, throwing knives into, like, figures, and he gets better at, like, throwing the knives into them. Like, it kind of does, like, a hard-to-kill montage. And then he gets a phone call, and he becomes, like, a security guard.
That is correct. We know that he's recovered because he can throw knives good.
Yeah.
Hans,
Yep.
how does Seagal stop his friend's daughter from being kidnapped?
He doesn't.
Correct.
He just lets that
He just
happen.
watches it happen.
He knows it's going to happen for, like, 10 minutes and watches it happen.
Aaron, I have a great question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is in the fictional merch store?
So many
According
things.
to this episode.
Oh.
According to this episode specifically.
This episode
There are
specifically.
2 items.
Oof.
I will accept if you can guess either.
Ooh.
A
so
mug
sneaky.
that says black by popular demand.
I love it, but no, that is
No,
not
I
one
thought
of
that
them.
was much later. Yeah, you're right.
Zach?
In the merch store for the Keeper. Like a photoshopped poster of The Bodyguard starring Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner, but with like the characters from this movie photoshopped in instead. I don't know.
I feel like you missed what the point of this question is, but that's okay. Hans?
I do believe you will find that the most popular item in our merch store from this movie is the Han seal of disapproval.
Correct. Followed up by, I'd say probably the second best-selling item is a plush of Zach's head.
Ew. That'd be so expensive to manufacture. That's a lot of material.
And I mean, Zach, this movie was bad.
Yes? Is that the question?
That was actually a question on the list, but I'm not giving points for it. It just says this movie was bad. And the answer is yes.
Okay.
But you have attempted to watch things that are not bad. For example, I think it might have been around this time you mentioned that you were going to try to do a Bones rewatch.
One of many.
Okay.
Did you?
Is this for points?
No.
Oh. I mean, it's kind of a trick.
Pictures always freak us out, Joey.
Right? I mean, we're just perpetually in a Bones rewatch. Like, have we, from that time, completed all 12 seasons? No, I believe we're in season 10, episode 8 now.
So as a person who has never seen a single episode of Bones
You're missing out.
or knows anything about Bones, I'm assuming based on context clues that you just said that it's like a cop detective show.
Yeah, it's the...
What do I need to know?
You have an FBI agent paired up with a forensic anthropologist who's also a fiction bestseller.
All right. So next time,
I just
so if
described
anyone ever
half of the
asks me
shows
about
currently
bones,
airing on CBS, and like,
I was gonna say,
like that's
sounds
also
a little
Castle.
played out, but maybe it wasn't at the time.
This one did it first.
It's now time to move to our next film, where we have to start with someone other than Hans because a dog does die in this film. It's time for A Dangerous Man. So Zach, where does Seagal spend the first 20 minutes of A Dangerous Man, which has no purpose?
I love how non-specific that is.
Yeah.
You would think
Is
that, hey,
this-
maybe there are only a couple that do that. No, it's like many movies do this.
This isn't the one where they like no, because that was probably the keeper. I don't know, but this is this. I'm just gonna guess they like find the like $20,000 in drug money, and he like chucks it out the window, and the guy's
That
like,
was
"I'm
the
gonna come back for
keeper.
that later," and it doesn't come up again.
That
Yeah,
was
it's
the
the
one we
keeper.
just went
Yeah.
through.
I don't know, A Dangerous Man. I'm sorry.
All right. Hans, where does Seagal spend the first 20 minutes of the film, which has no purpose?
Is this the one where he's in prison and his wife
That is
leaves him on the
correct.
day he gets out of prison?
That's
He is in prison for the first 20 minutes for no reason.
And it doesn't come back up again.
He's reading her letter, standing in the rain.
And I feel a little bad because Aaron... Well, actually, no.
This is
Hans.
Hans, yeah.
Hans. For the double, when does Seagal's wife divorce him after he's in prison for 6 years?
I guess I shouldn't have said that. It is. It's the day he gets out of prison.
Correct.
The next question: where is he standing when he reads this letter? And he-
In the front door, in the rain.
Aaron.
Uh-huh.
One of the characters in this film is named Tia.
Sure.
I believe you.
Your favorite kind of question. What does Aaron suggest that Tia be replaced with for the film to still be exactly the same?
Oh, I said she could be replaced with a manila envelope.
Correct.
Yes!
And nothing has been changed. And Zach describes this era as when Seagal wants to explore what specific theme across his movies, his pet cause.
This is the era where his pet cause is like divorced guys who like don't deserve to be divorced, but their ex-wives still secretly love them.
My divorces are not my fault, and my ex-wife still wants me. Yes.
That's so many of those.
It's so specific, but that's like 15 movies.
Rachel, thank you for keeping score. Don't watch any of these. I beg you.
It is time to move on to what I can't believe I'm saying was an intelligently made film. Machete.
Oh.
All right, let's go.
Hans.
Uh-huh.
According to one of you three, Machete is a spin-off of what other film series?
I don't... It was the like... Are you asking like what we said it should be, could be, or what it actually is?
It's what it actually is.
What you said it actually is.
It actually is not a continuation. It's a project that was spawned from the like, what is it, Grill House, Art House, something that was like fake made
He's
up
trying to say Grindhouse,
movie
but-
previews. Grindhouse.
No.
No? Okay. Well, that's what it is.
Aaron?
But
Spy Kids.
Spy Kid!
Correct.
God.
The character of Machete appears in the Robert Rodriguez Spy Kids films.
So,
Like, it's not even like we said. That character first appeared in Spy Kids. It is a spin-off of Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the universe, this would be like either the adventures he goes on when he's not with the Spy Kids, or like a movie about him. I don't know exactly how it connects, but
I don't know. But, Aaron,
Yes.
there is a character named Julio who is a Mexican kid in Machete. What ethnicity is he?
He is white. He was like adopted by a Mexican family in the movie, right?
I want something more specific.
He's Irish, I think.
That's incorrect.
Ah, dang it.
Zach?
so like, are you looking for country of origin, or do you mean like ethnicity?
Technically either.
Because it's the guy that plays Junie from the Spy Kids
Yeah.
movies.
He's played a Mexican in multiple movies.
Yeah, but I was under the impression he was white. But let's say Spanish.
No? Hans?
I thought, I don't know, Canadian?
Yep, fair enough. This falls in the category of fuzzy because I don't remember and I wrote these a while ago. I have Jewish and Russian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I remember
yeah.
now,
okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah,
He's, yeah.
So Zach, how does Robert De Niro escape?
Oh, he like puts on like a poncho and sombrero and just like runs away, like pretending to be like a Mexican person.
Correct.
No,
Wait,
he does dress up as a Mexican, but not a poncho and sombrero. He dresses up as like an inner city Mexican. So he has like a flannel shirt with the top button buttoned and like work boots that were given
That's
to
amazing.
him by I think it was like Michelle Rodriguez or someone dresses him up.
My notes only say disguised as a Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going
that
to give it
sucks.
to you. But that's very funny that they didn't. Honestly, kind of impressive that they didn't lean on like Mexican stereotypes to go for
they
it.
did.
Oh, they did.
Well, they did, but like,
Just a different
not the
one.
most obvious stereotype, I guess
Yeah.
I should say. Hans,
Yeah.
where is Seagal in this film?
Oh God. Nowhere. He's in. I don't remember.
I mean, bad news. That's kind of correct.
Oh.
He is
so you're
in the
not-
background and on Zoom calls. He's not
Okay,
there.
so that's I didn't know if you were looking for like a location that he was in during the events. No, he's just nowhere. He's just nowhere until the end.
Because why would Seagal be there?
Yeah.
So, honestly, makes it the best film.
Yep.
Now it's time to talk about a film that, well, during the episode, we learned that Hans thinks that Steven Seagal is too good for TikTok.
It is.
Time to talk about Born to Raise Hell.
Okay.
And Aaron, how long was the recap of Born to Raise Hell?
45 minutes?
Nope.
That's probably the opposite.
Zach?
I think it's like comically short. It's like under 2 minutes because we're just like, oh, it was stupid and nothing happened, and that's the whole recapper.
That is correct. Hans
Yeah.
recapped it in less than 1 minute.
Nice. And then we said more like Born to Raise Hell. Too good for TikTok.
Zach, I hope you keep those little stingers in the back of your head for later.
Oh,
But
God.
before we get to that, what happens before Seagal has Soren unhandcuffed? What does Soren do before he is unhandcuffed?
He's handcuffed. I mean,
I have a couple questions. Who is Soren and why is he in handcuffs?
handcuffed.
Soren is in handcuffs during Born to Raise Hell. What does he do in the shot before he is unhandcuffed?
He's playing chess. I don't know.
Gonna say no, Hans?
I don't know.
I feel like I need to point out that this is a Steven Seagal themed quiz, but Aaron, what do you think he does before he is unhandcuffed?
Plays Scrabble.
No, he just kind of waves his unhandcuffed hands around.
Okay.
He's just unhandcuffed.
Sure. I don't remember this movie at all.
I don't know what you're
I don't even
talking
know what
about.
we're talking about.
I haven't seen it.
As you should.
The quiz show that no one knows what they're talking about.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Born to Raise Hell.
This is a Hans question now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the only Hans? What was the only part of the movie interesting enough for Hans to pay attention to?
Oh no.
Oh, I know which one this one is. This is the one where at the end there's a final fight at the end, and Seagal shotgun blasts a door out of its frame for like 3 solid minutes.
Yes.
This is the one I watched blindfolded.
Hey man, you handicapped
Asking you
yourself.
about him in handcuffs. Oh. All right, Aaron.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
Who is the solo writer's credit for this film?
Steven Seagal.
Correct.
Amen.
Okay.
Zach,
I'm ready.
what does it mean to watch a movie?
Oh.
Oh boy.
I don't.
Did we ever actually land on a
Wait,
final answer?
Shut up. Because I think there's no way the three of us actually fully developed a consensus on a final answer. So technically I think it would be like kind of vague, but we did talk about how like if you can kind of like there's the difference between like watching and viewing, and one of them is like if you could kind of like recount what happened, like events, like that counts for at least one of them.
Or do you mean this movie specifically? Because I can tell you what it is for this movie specifically.
Is it that no, it's that if you know that he shotgun blasted the door.
Aaron.
I don't know. I was just curious what you'd say to that after that bizarre discussion of you deciding to blindfold yourself. Anyway, how many ums did Hans add to the episode when Aaron went to the bathroom?
57.
That is outside the range. I will also say it is plus or minus 4.
4?
That is outside the range. Hans, how many ums did you add?
45?
Nope. Aaron?
30.
Correct answer was 64.
Oh
I was the closest again.
Wait. So you sat through that like rapid fire and counted them?
Yes. I am committed to my craft.
I gotta re-listen to that.
You
episode.
are.
And with that craft, one thing that I appreciate about films is ones where they expect you to be a little intelligent, though sometimes it scares me because I'm not a little bit intelligent. Luckily for us, Maximum Conviction just thinks you're a big dummy the whole time.
I hate this movie so much. It's the worst movie.
This is the one that broke Aaron.
I hate this movie so much.
So Hans, where does Seagal go while guarding the 2 prisoners he entered into the prison?
To a cigar lounge.
Correct.
I don't actually know if it's technically a cigar lounge. He goes to a bar and smokes cigars.
It's a cigar.
Okay.
The correct answer is a cigar bar. I'll accept cigar lounge.
All right.
Aaron,
Uh-huh.
who is the second Steven in this movie?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Correct.
Excuse me, does he actually go by Steven?
Get out of here with your technicalities.
Stone Cold
well,
Steven Austin?
the answer sheet says Stone Cold Steve Austin, so I'm going with that.
It is law.
All right. Zach,
Hi.
name a woman in the film other than the 2 female prisoners.
Oh, there's a, she's like a chef. There's a woman who works in the kitchen who's pretty cool, and then she gets killed off.
Correct. Esmeralda the cook.
Yeah. I can't believe you really hit me with the name a woman question.
Name a woman?
Zach, for $1, name a woman.
Hans,
Yeah.
what does Zach compare Steven Seagal film audience and 2014 Seagal films to?
Can you say that again?
What does Zach compare the Steven Seagal film audience, his targeted audience, and Steven Seagal's 2014 filmography to?
What, compare them both to the same thing, or was it different things? I guess
Kind of 2 things in the same metaphor.
I don't know. Aging white men, aging racist white men. I don't know.
That would be a literal. I'm looking for what in
I don't
compare.
know. I don't know. I've used my time.
Aaron.
A summer's day. I don't know.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
More like a summer's
Zach, do you
eve,
happen
am I
to
right? 'Cause this
remember?
guy's a real douchebag.
Wow, that was pretty good. That was pretty quick.
I like just the TV you put on to fall asleep to in the middle of the day.
You compared it to flowers and pollinating from long extinct bees,
Yep.
which I thought was pretty clever.
Oh, I remember
A
that.
creature that somehow exists despite having no purpose to exist at that point.
Yeah.
Wow. That was so poetic.
Aaron,
Right?
Yep.
it's time for a redo of our previous one. I'll say it's +or -2. How many times at the end of the episode does it say Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I edited this one. That means I'm probably going to get it wrong. 8.
That is incorrect. Zach?
12.
On the money, 12 times. And with that, we go into breaking into and out of prison to kill one guy in general population, force of execution.
Oh yeah, that's what happened in that movie.
Oh my god.
And
Oh no.
Zach?
Halfway through this game show, you're just going to invent a completely fictional movie and see how long it takes for us to realize.
Oh, that would actually be very good. I will remember that for later. But director Waxman described force of execution as a sort of what? A sort of
Oh, it's like a sort of Kino art picture or some like bullcrap like that.
No, I'm sorry, Hans.
I don't know.
All right, Aaron.
Heist movie?
He described it as a sort of Western kung fu movie.
Absolutely not.
To be fair, this guy also made Force of Execution, so.
Ugh.
Yikes.
I didn't say he was correct. But Zach, or no, Hans, which normal actor abruptly declares that he is a Mexican witch doctor?
Oh, Machete. What's his name? I can't remember.
Come on, Hans, you deserve to lose this.
Danny
one. You can't
Trejo.
get that.
Yes. And Aaron,
Yes.
How is Danny Trejo going to fix the hero's hands?
2 scorpion stings.
Wait, can I add on?
No, get out of here.
A
with
regular.
he answered
There's
it
like
right.
one scorpion. There's
Stop.
like an albino scorpion.
Well, because it's the 2 scorpion stings, but also like hitting, like taking a chisel, but hitting him with the handle of the chisel to
it's
knock the bones into place.
He got it.
No,
You
I'm
gotta
not trying to
stop
steal
with
the
his
point. I just want to
technicality.
add it on because it's even more ridiculous than that. Because he goes, "Oh yeah, it's like ancient magic or whatever," and just starts hitting him with like a chisel held upside down.
I don't know. Mayans
Very
or
normal.
Aztecs. I don't know. It's old.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo's a treasure.
So, Zach,
Yes.
is the main villain dead at the end of the movie?
No. Is that not a correct answer?
That is one of 2 correct answers.
Okay.
Do you know what the other correct answer is?
Yes.
Correct. He is shot in the head and then gets up and walks away.
Yeah. he
Talk
just
about a
disappears.
freebie.
There's going to be some that are easier.
Yeah.
And that means it is time for our next minigame. So, this one will require some very high quality judging from our live living room audience.
I love living room audience.
Yay! Clap, clap, clap.
I'm only seeing one member of the living room audience. I was told there were 3.
The cat's under the table.
Yeah.
Zach, I kind of told you it was coming.
Oh,
look
there
at
he
the boy.
is.
Good boy. Ooh, long boy. Long boy. Wiggly boy.
That cat.
I have, sitting in front of me, some fake Seagal films. And I need you, the rest of you to come up with stingers for these fake Seagal movies.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
So,
fun.
I am going to post this list in the chat for you to be able to read. And if you come up with any stinger for any of these, just go ahead and just pop them off.
Okay, I'm ready. I was born for this.
Rocket monstrosity. We're going to the moon. This one.
Lethality now, more like lethargy now. Secret assassin, more like secret ass.
Gun fight me. Me fight gun.
Helldivers 2, more, no. Sea of Thieves, more like Sea of Thieves nuts in your mouth.
Law
Tip of
me
the
baby.
spear, more like tip of the boredom.
Law me baby.
Wait. Running from the law, more like slowly shuffling from the law.
Oh my gosh.
Ethical gunman, more like ethical slot man.
I'm so bad at these.
I can't. This is like...
Lethality now, more like lethality later.
Violent money. He's ready to cash in these fists.
No. You got to do stingers. You're doing taglines. You got to do blank, more like blank.
Okay. Law me baby. More like leave me alone, baby.
Law me baby, more like blow me, baby. Okay,
Sea of
Hans.
Thieves. I hope they steal the memory of this movie.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves. He stole movie ideas from other movies.
Running from the law. More like running from this movie.
Rocket monstrosity, more like bad movie. Hans, do one.
I got... It's just...
gonna
This
say,
is
Hans,
the
I
thing I
need one.
can't do. I don't know. Running from the law, more like running from the plot.
Hey, ready for the plot. There we go. Look at that.
Flawless. All right. So,
Lethal Company. More like lethal movie.
I need from our live studio audience,
terrible.
what would you say was the best one of those?
Now you're getting quizzes.
That's the appropriate face.
And I think that means the answer, that goes to Hans. You get 0 points. Congratulations.
Yay.
So, we now move into our next section of the movies, our next chunk of films. I want to say, great job. You all scored 8 points that round.
Come on.
What? Someone's
So,
fingers somewhere on this.
We are still at Hans 1 point behind.
Oh, my God.
Also, I will say you've done significantly better. In the first quarter, you missed 12 questions. In the last chunk, you only missed 5. Definitely stepping it up.
Great.
What percentage are we through this? Is this the halfway mark?
Yeah, there's a halfway mark.
Okay. We got this.
Good. My recording's just shy of 2 hours long.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time to talk about how Seagal is a bad man and everything is actually his fault. A good man.
We're in 2016 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Up to our elbows in 2016.
I think that was before 2016.
Or no, that might have been 2014.
I couldn't tell you. I didn't watch these films.
We're getting up there.
So Hans,
Yep.
during filming of A Good Man in Bucharest,
Yep.
what random other thing does Seagal decide to do? Because he always picks something random to do as a side project.
It's a side project?
Not related to the film, just related to the fact that he was in Bucharest during the filming.
I don't know.
Aaron?
Like gets a shot of the Crimean Peninsula as it's being invaded by the Russians.
Zach?
So it's like not a plot point in the movie, like a thing Seagal does.
Yes.
He, like buddies up with Putin and like shakes his hand and like trains the Russian military and something.
So, you're so far political, you've lost the plot. He adopts a dog to raise awareness for stray dogs being viewed as pests.
Of course, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Weirdly positive.
Yeah, weirdly positive. Aaron, like all movies,
No,
this movie has a movie poster.
I'm sure it does.
What object is on the poster, but is not in the movie?
What movie is this supposed to be? A Good Man.
A Good Man.
A car?
I'm gonna say no. Zach?
Is this like he has a type of gun that doesn't show up in the movie?
No. Hans?
It's a tank.
There is a tank on the poster, and there is no tank in the movie. That is correct.
Okay, to be fair, it had to be car, gun, tank, or dudes doing like jumping kicks. Like those.
Zach,
Yes.
what job does Seagal get to live a quiet life instead of being a special ops soldier?
He's a locksmith. Or no,
I'll
he
give it
just
to you.
opens her door. He's not actually a locksmith. He's, I don't know.
I'll give it to you. He's the apartment maintenance guy.
Yes.
That's right.
And Hans, I'm going to say something that's going to sound very contradictory, and I need you to kind of let me get through it so that we can experience this beautiful moment together.
Okay.
What actually surprisingly joyful event happened during the filming of the sex scene at the end of this movie?
Rachel's look. A joyful event happened during the filming of the sex scene?
Genuinely delightful.
Was this something we talked about?
You think I remember?
I don't know. The poor actress that was subjected to it got to tell him off or something.
I'm sorry. Aaron, do you happen to know this little nugget of trivia?
I don't know.
Zach?
I'm going to pass, yeah.
Stuntman Gene LaBelle showed up on set and put Steven Seagal in a headlock so bad Steven Seagal crapped his pants. He wasn't even in the movie. He just happened to be passing by.
No. Honestly,
Oh, really?
I love the guess. Specifically at the request of the actress, Seagal, for the entire scene, is replaced with a life-size teddy bear with his face added digitally afterwards.
Oh.
That's not
Really?
That's not true.
Yes.
Did you get that from the IMDb?
Is that from the
trivia
IMDb
page?
trivia page?
IMDb only has facts
That's
on it,
not
I'll
true.
have you know.
That's
You
not
can't
true.
be giving us stuff that we didn't talk about. That's not fair.
You've talked about the IMDb pages for plenty of these movies.
I don't actually read them because I know they're wrong.
This is a dangerous precedent, Joey.
And
That's-
accept IMDb as fact.
That's so not. That's
I mean, I could have added the according to IMDb, but it's much more enjoyable to just think maybe the world was a better place for one sex scene. Now it's time for Sna, or Hans watching it backwards.
Oh.
We're talking about Absolution.
no.
Aaron,
Okay, yeah.
I definitely handicap myself on this one.
Aaron, how many different Absolution movies did you reference at the intro of this episode?
There were like 7, I think.
Correct.
Hey!
On the money. Zach, this film featured Byron Mann teaming up with Steven Seagal, which already happened in what 2 other Seagal films?
Oof.
I forget both of them.
Yes.
It was taken, but in Thailand. I'm just gonna pass because I don't want to give one of them to the next, to the next person.
All right. Hans?
Was one of them Belly of the Beast?
I need both.
I think one of them was Belly of the Beast. And the other was... I don't think there were any more before this. There was one after.
Iron Man's been in like 4 or 5 of these movies.
I don't know. Code of Honor.
Nope.
Yeah.
Aaron, do you know?
Belly of the Beast and oof, you got me. I don't know.
Well, you all got Belly of the Beast. The other one is A Dangerous Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't all. Zach didn't.
Okay. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to give it away to the next person.
Then
It's
it
taken in
doesn't
Thailand. Getting one doesn't count.
Well, Hans,
Yeah.
what is the name of Vinnie Jones's character who was first seen beating women?
The Boss.
Correct.
Terrible.
And Aaron, there's a pool that the rich people have.
Yes.
What's the weird thing about the pool?
It's filthy and empty half the movie.
Correct. Very much correct. Zach, we already got through your blindfolded film. We've now got Hans watching a film backwards. Both were interesting choices. Have you considered watching any other films while blindfolded?
No, because outside of Steven Seagal, I appreciate the visual splendor of cinema.
Okay. And do you think that watching a film blindfolded, do you think that's channeling more of a Brad Pitt or Jonah Hill vibe?
Okay, watching a movie blindfolded is not either of them. Being able to deliver lines between giant bites of Twinkie is very Brad Pitt coded, and that's where I excel.
I don't know, man. Your wife, the person in this world who knows you better than anyone else, begs to differ.
But also, my wife, who when I showed her the relevant clip from Moneyball, she said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you meant."
Well, a film that could only be described as if the Bechdel test was instead about whether or not you can resist the urge to talk about Seagal or show him on screen at any time, it would fail. Code of Honor. Zach.
Yes.
According to Steven Seagal episode Code of Honor, what is not the journalist's name?
What? There's so many things.
A theoretically infinite number of things.
There is one correct answer according to the podcast.
That's not the journalist's name.
Correct.
Steven Seagal?
That's incorrect. Hans?
Peggy? I don't know.
Aaron?
Jane Goodall.
No, the journalist's name is not Jerry Seinfeld.
Sure.
Sure. Sure that came
I
up
don't
for some
remember the
reason.
context anymore.
Of course.
Hans?
Yeah.
According to Hans, how long did it take for the movie to rip away the one good twist?
Oh, that's this. How long did it take before they did it, or how long did it take for them to do it?
To rip away the good twist.
Seconds?
Correct, about 2 seconds.
Okay.
Aaron, plus or minus 5, how many minutes does it take for Seagal to talk in this movie?
50.
Correct, 48 minutes.
Yes! Let's go.
Dang.
And Zach, to round it out, in his military files, there's a picture of Steven Seagal.
Oh, God.
Where is this picture from?
Is it from Above the Law?
That is incorrect.
I know it has a paperclip in the picture. I remember it having a paperclip in the digital copy of the picture, but
Hans.
It's from Under Siege.
It's from Under Siege.
oh, I should have known that.
And Hans, it's time to talk about a film where Steven Seagal is almost never on scene with the rest of the cast. Sniper
No.
Special Ops.
Maximum Conviction broke Aaron. This one broke me.
Let's do it.
This one is my maximum conviction. Oh my
And
god.
I feel like this is only an appropriate question for you, Hans. How many times does Seagal shoot his sniper rifle?
I think he only shoots it twice, and one of those times he misses.
I'm going to give it to you. It's 3.
Okay.
No!
I'm going to plus or minus 1.
No! How many times they shoot it? Twice. It was 3, but I'll give it to you.
It's within the plus or minus, but it is a tiny number. Aaron,
Yes.
who are the villains?
The villains are he's a terrorist with a liberal arts degree. That's what yeah.
I'm sad because that's not... I understand what you're going for.
Yeah.
But I mean in the broader sense, who are the villains in this film?
Like the highly educated. I don't know.
Zach?
I mean, they're trying to rescue this woman. I think it is like they name it as the Taliban, like a Taliban leader.
Correct. It is the
Yeah,
Taliban.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, are you a fan of the films featuring Van Damme?
I haven't actually seen that many.
Well, what is the first name of the Van Damme who acted in this film?
Oh, it's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's
Correct.
ooh.
But I need the actual
Yes.
actor's real name.
It's I'm gonna be so mad if I don't get this, but it's not coming to me. Rod Van Dam.
What?
Rod or Ron?
You can't give two answers.
Sorry. Hans?
It is
Kinda wrong
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Correct. It is Rob Van Dam.
RVD.
And Hans, who is the person captured before the film starts that is the initial premise of the film? Not the rescue of the soldiers that happens during it. What it is before that.
It was a senator, wasn't it?
An American congressman.
Not
Yeah.
a senator, but okay.
Not a senator.
I don't know if they specify if
You're
it's a senator or
being way
not.
too lenient to Hans.
My note just says
excuse
an
me.
American congressman.
Teacher's pets. Hans is, you're like, what's the weather? And he's like, it's rainy. And you're like, it's sunny. But for you, Hans, I'll give you that.
All right. Aaron,
Meh.
before we talk about a movie that's title just kind of made me uncomfortable, you mentioned your change in appreciation of modern art,
Yeah.
which I thought was actually modern. Like, it was an enlightening. It was an interesting thing to listen to you describe your transition from thinking it's like your original views to it to what you think about it now.
Yeah. It's still definitely not my favorite, but
Yeah. What would you consider your favorite piece of modern art?
Fountain.
And what is that?
It's a urinal turned sideways. Much
Guy
like
who's
this
only
project.
ever seen one modern art. This is much like this one modern art.
I do remember y'all talking about that at one point, actually. Fair enough.
Actually, I hate Fountain. It's not my favorite, but
Well, I was then going to ask you what's your least favorite, but
it's Fountain.
Found. Guy who's only ever seen Boss Baby.
Good big boss baby vibes.
Boss Baby. Give me real Fountain vibes from this modern art. This modern art reminds me of Fountain. I really like it. This modern art reminds me of Fountain. I really don't like it.
so it's time to talk about the Asian connection.
No, it's not.
So, Aaron,
Uh-huh.
according to Aaron,
So many of those.
I was killing it. I don't know what to tell you.
this film is simply what film, story, musical, whatever, but boring.
Is
Zach's gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to remember what the Asian connection was about. Oh, it's Bonnie and Clyde, but boring.
There it is.
Correct.
Yikes.
According to a miscellaneous source that I refuse to attribute, Zach, within 5K, how much money did this movie make?
20,000.
That is incorrect, Hans.
2 million?
Aaron,
$50,000.
that is within the range. It made 45.
Are you kidding me?
Is this from IMDb?
45K. What a terrible film. And speaking of this terrible film, Hans,
Yep.
what was the tagline? I will remind you, we are specifically discussing the Asian connection.
I know. It's not coming to me though.
Disappointing.
I got nothing.
Aaron?
They found riches on the other side of the border. Something dumb like that.
I mean, I won't disagree that it's something dumb, but that's not it.
Yeah.
Zach?
It's like my heart, it was always with Jack after that. I don't know.
Unfortunately, it is The Beast is in the East.
Oh, gross.
Of course. What else would it be?
So bad.
What is that even in reference to?
Asia
Seagal?
and the East.
The connection.
Seagal
Is
spent
Seagal
most
the
of this
Beast?
movie sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Until
Not
that one time
particularly
he
beastly.
was Tai Chi with that lady in her underwear.
I'm not here to explain Seagal films, but Aaron, I hope you can tell me, what movie does this film bizarrely but certainly reference as it ends?
What movie does it bizarrely but certainly
Oh, Aaron,
reference
come
as
on.
it ends? I know it like...
Wait, hold on. Did you skip me?
I think this is Zach's, actually. Isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, this is Zach's.
yeah, you're right. This is
Okay.
Zach's.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
What movie does the Asian connection bizarrely but certainly reference as it ends?
Titanic.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hans, it's time for a gentle reprieve,
Okay.
My least favorite.
otherwise
Saw
known
movie.
as End of a Gun.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Why are there so many of these?
Steven Seagal is a gentle reprieve.
It's a real shame.
We're cruising through the latter half, though.
Because we have nothing to say because we barely remember them.
Yeah, it made coming up with questions very difficult. Hans, how many months did this quote-unquote a movie take to be made? Plus or minus one.
5 months.
Incorrect.
4 months.
Incorrect. Zach.
It always
2
sucks
months.
to be the first one of these.
2 months.
Correct. 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Aaron,
Yeah.
what is in the background of the scene where the woman asks if she is allowed to smoke?
A no smoking sign.
Correct. Zach, what happens after the woman experiences an unfortunate event at Seagal's apartment?
What? What happens after she experiences an unfortunate event at Seagal's apartment? And this is End of a Gun. She sleeps with Seagal.
We are after the unfortunate event.
She betrays Seagal.
Nope. Hans, do you happen to remember this?
What happens after
Yeah, like immediately after.
they go to sleep?
Aaron?
She renegotiates the heist that they're planning so that Seagal gets more money.
She pulls out her already set new change of clothes that were just already in Seagal's apartment.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why not?
Naturally.
Right. And Hans,
Mm-hmm.
how do you say avenue in French?
Avenue?
Correct.
No, it should be Avenue. Avenue.
All right. Real world events, but wrong and bad. Contract to Kill.
Okay.
Man, we really are cruising threes, huh?
Yep. And Aaron, I need a single digit answer. How many scripts did Aaron think got mixed in the blender to make this one?
7.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
What movie is this again?
This is Contract to Kill.
4.
Incorrect.
3.
3 is correct.
There we go.
Wait, I don't get a
Good
plus
job.
or minus 1.
I said the hint was it's a single digit.
Teacher's pet. God's favorite child, Hans. When you guess 2, but a plus 1 to 3.
Well,
And I'm 1 off and I don't get it.
yep, that's correct. Zach, what was the tagline from Contract to Kill?
He had an open contract for open warfare.
That's not it. Hans?
Was this the, they found the enemy on the other side?
Nope.
No.
But we'll give you the point anyway.
Shut up.
They didn't just cross the border, they crossed the line.
Correct.
Nice!
Nailed
Nice!
it. That's a point to Aaron and a point to Hans for being a teacher's pet. All right. So Hans, according to the Steven Seagal definitive podcast, how does Seagal prove that he is intelligent in the film?
He doesn't?
I mean,
I'll
I don't
accept this. The answer I'm looking
No,
for is
no.
by being wildly incompetent.
Me-
So, yes, he's not.
Yeah, he does everything to show the contrary.
And Aaron,
uh-huh.
in Contract to Kill, there is a bar.
Yes.
What is it named?
It's called CD Bar.
It is called CD Bar. And so, with that, we reach our next checkpoint, which means it's time for another mini game.
Oh boy. Can we see the score before the minigame?
For the minigame with 0 points.
I guess my real question is, do you want the totals from that last chunk, or do you want your overall score?
Ooh.
Overall.
Yeah.
Overall,
How we doing?
All right.
This is the part of Mario Party where you count up all the stars. Like, oh, only a few rounds left.
Anything
You are
can
not
happen.
wrong.
There's so much riding on the line here.
And then let's just give Hans 4 extra points.
I will.
Terrified.
Well, you say 4 extra points, but I will say that Zach, you've had probably you have had the roughest round of anyone yet, coming in with 4 points in that last round,
Oof.
bringing you up to 21. Aaron, however, is sitting at 25,
Oof.
and Hans is riding in at 26.
Teacher's pet.
Yikes.
Not much there's not much in it. And that's
I like how we're all neck and neck. This is good.
Yeah.
So we'll see if anyone tanks the last section. But before we do that,
Probably.
I need a little bit of help.
Oh no.
You see, Steven Seagal's agent got in touch with me, and they want to and Seagal's looking to make a new film.
Mm-hmm.
But he also doesn't know what the film's going to be about. So I'm going to be asking each of you for some suggestions of the plot of the next Steven Seagal film.
Okay.
Except,
Okay.
there's a few little caveats in here, because, Seagal's a little picky. So, Zach, I'm looking for a suggestion for a Seagal film that's also a reboot of a Marvel franchise.
Yeah.
What would you suggest?
Ooh, that's a good one. For practical purposes, I think Iron Man could be the best one, because they can literally just record him in a dark room, like do the in-helmet view of him like sitting on a chair in a dark room, and then just like CG like the actual like cool stuff.
Everything else.
That's solid. I like it. Hans?
Yeah.
One of the other ideas for a Seagal film is they want to do a Seagal film, but it's set in Minecraft.
Okay.
So what do we do for the plot?
Steven Seagal is the one who discovers and tames the Nether. Of course.
Of course. Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta branch out, do little side gigs that maybe aren't the most money-making.
Yeah.
But what about a Steven Seagal film that's also an OSHA training video?
Okay.
Don't carry any heavy loads. Don't stand up and down too fast.
So there's an illegal logging operation in the Amazon and the Amazonian rainforest, and so the whole movie takes place at an illegal lumber mill in Brazil, and so the way that he defeats all the enemies is by putting them into dangerous workplace situations and letting them get killed by the equipment.
Ooh, that's pretty similar to On Deadly Ground.
And then at the end, he gives a long speech about workplace safety
Yep.
and the importance of the environment.
That's
On Deadly
pretty
Ground,
good.
Yeah.
On Deadly Ground Part 2, Rain Down Hell.
This is my
or the Rain-
superpower, coming up with dumb plots very quickly.
That's a very, very good one.
That's great. All right, Zach. Steven Seagal, we've said it before, he doesn't get around much. So we were thinking maybe a Seagal film that is shot entirely in a kitchen.
Okay. Do you want the plot for that?
Yeah, I need the plot.
Does it have to be that just Steven Seagal only appears in the kitchen, or that the whole movie itself takes place in the kitchen?
I think the whole movie is shot in the kitchen.
Because I would just say it's just he's in the kitchen this whole time, but also just while he's in the kitchen, he has random women like giving him massages, and like he plays chess against like people, and he's just like, oh, the next time you want to come to my kitchen, you better come up and get a little fry cook, because I'm gonna set you to the fire. Oh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hans,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a dentist action thriller.
A dentist action thriller. Ooh.
Yeah, he's the one on the chair. Yeah.
No, so there's a dentist. There's a serial killer masquerading as a dentist, and the only clues that they have are like the teeth that are left behind, and Seagal's the hardcore detective that has to track him down.
That's gross, but I like it.
It's so gross.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. What else do you do with a Seagal movie in a dentist's office?
You didn't have to leave teeth behind. Like some kind of reverse psychopath tooth fairy. Oh, they call the killer the Tooth Fairy.
That's good.
And Aaron, for our last prompt for the last mini game, a Steven Seagal film with our co-star David Attenborough.
Okay, so it takes place on the Serengeti.
Okay.
And much like, this is actually a sequel to the illegal logging operation. He's hunting
the
down
first
poachers.
trilogy.
He's the poacher, and he actually enlists the actual David Attenborough to like help him navigate the Serengeti, to like read animal signs and things to try and track down these poachers. He spends the entire time in the back of like a Humvee, carrying a rifle that he fires twice in the whole movie.
That would be pretty funny if they just called it Steven Seagal is the Lion King, and they just try to get away with it.
All right, so I'm going to ask our live studio audience, which of these films would you want to go see?
None of them.
Seems like OSHA training video is the winner.
On deadly grounds.
It's a very
too.
good one. It's a very, very good one.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, we get to our last set of movies.
Oh no.
Before one of you will be done with Seagal, the other two will have some work to do.
We're never done with Seagal. His fates are intertwined with ours.
So, Zach,
Yes.
let's try to get you some points right off the
Thank
bat
you.
by talking about the fascist movie, The Perfect Weapon.
Okay. Feeling confident about this one.
Ooh, getting close to the
For our
end.
first question, what is the government called?
Like the institution, I want to say.
That is incorrect. Hans?
The system.
Aaron?
The state.
It's the state.
Ah.
Hans?
Yeah.
You know, most films you attempt to give me a quote to use for the quiz. No other reason for you to give quotes.
Yeah.
Just for me.
Uh-huh.
Y'all have been absolutely terrible about it. It's been very, very stressful because I'm very much looking forward to, a quote from the film. And you go, yeah, that scene where he drives a car. That's the quote. That's not a quote.
Is this a question?
So what was Zach's quote for The Perfect Weapon?
Oh, God. I don't know. Was it Seagal talking to himself?
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Aaron.
We are now free.
Amazing quote, but no.
Dang it.
Is it the voicemail robot that's voiced by the director of the movie that it like gets shot and he's just like, the weather is all good today.
I'm sorry, none of those are correct. The correct answer is ha 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 ha.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks, Zach.
Do we know
Sure,
who
why
says
not?
that?
We do not know who says that,
All right.
but that was Zach's quote.
Awesome.
Lovely.
Good stuff.
Aaron,
Yeah.
what are the consequences for doing an illegal broadcast?
None. There
this.
are no consequences.
Correct. And Zach, what unifying trait do all of the anti-fascists have?
They all do dumb flips and stuff and hide behind cardboard boxes from gunfire.
That is not correct. It may be true, but that's not the answer we're looking for. Hans?
Is it the armor that they wear? That's not real armor?
That is not it either. Aaron?
All of the anti-fascists are secretly fascist.
That is not it, and I don't know if that's true or not, but that's not it.
Dang it.
What I have from y'all's commentary is that they are all sleazy scumbags.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
They are. In that
Yeah.
movie, yeah.
Hans?
Yep.
Who did Seagal walk out from behind a changing room screen to greet?
Himself.
Correct. Now we're going to talk about a movie that isn't sure what it's called. Cartels.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Aaron?
I don't remember anything about cartels.
How long does it take for Seagal to shoot 6 targets with high precision and accuracy?
10 seconds?
I'm going to give it to you. It is 11 seconds.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm the only one that doesn't get a point when I'm one off.
Yep.
He gave you single digit. Come on.
That was a clue.
Zach.
Yes. Bailey, stop it. Yes.
A man yells for someone to cover him and then steps out from behind cover. What immediately happens next?
Dude gets fucking wasted. Like, absolutely.
just
blown
dies
back
on the spot.
immediately, like, obliterated.
Instantly blast.
Cover me! Hans,
Yep.
what two things are missing from this film to fill it with the essence of Seagal? I will either take the specific things you said or just a vague concept of what was said.
I don't think, if I'm remembering this movie right, I don't think it had over-sexualized women in
I'm
it.
looking for two things.
And a sex scene with Seagal?
I would argue those are going to be the same thing, but still no.
Okay.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Scantily clad women and an ex-wife.
I'm going to say no.
Dang it.
So what two things
Zach?
do not make this classically Seagal?
Two things that are missing to fill it with the essence of Seagal.
There's no, like, contradictory theme that's, like, introduced and undermined by the movie itself, and there's specifically no sex scene where Seagal is fully dressed and the woman is naked.
You all got the naked woman. What I'm missing is an environmental commentary. Specifically, I believe the thing that got mentioned was a naked woman plugging Greenpeace,
Yes.
or a drag queen fundraising for Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah.
Got it.
Aaron,
Uh-huh.
what does Seagal describe as ethical when describing murdering people towards the end of the film?
I think he just describes himself as a very ethical man and then kills people.
That is incorrect. Zach?
Their discussion includes the lines to the effect of, well, you would never you never kill a beautiful woman,
Dang it.
right? And he's like, yeah, what about, like, an ugly fat woman? And they go, oh, well, at least you know you're ethical. Like,
Correct.
That's right.
Gross.
yes.
Very
Now.
gross. And on that gross note, it's time to talk about the telecom companies arguing about
Yep.
standardizing 3G.
Great.
Not a thing I expected. Really threw me off.
The best one.
I simultaneously thought it would be more racist than it was, and also exactly as racist as it was. The China Salesman.
I believe isn't it just China Salesman?
Just China salesman.
Yes,
Drop the
just China Salesman.
China Salesman. It's cleaner.
It's a bad habit for me adding the to the beginning of stuff. This goes to Zach. Who does the film thank for their contributions in the credit?
I mean, they do list a couple of things. I believe the one we specifically highlighted in the podcast is, like, the Chinese Ministry of Propaganda.
Correct.
Yep.
Hans.
Yep.
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 What does the main character ask to not be called towards the start of the film?
China Salesman.
Correct.
Yep.
I have a name, and then they don't
This
use it.
China salesman.
Awful.
And Aaron, where is the China salesman trying to sell telecom services?
Africa.
Can you be a little more specific?
I don't think the movie is.
All of Africa. North Africa.
It's nonsense, so I'll allow it. Yes, he's
Yeah.
specifically trying to sell to Northern Africa.
Yeah.
North of all of Africa.
North of all of Africa.
Yeah.
With like
garbage.
6 cell
And-
towers.
Yeah.
Why do I remember this movie so well?
Right?
Because it was just so
It
absurd.
was weird.
It was so different from the usual.
Also, notably, none of
crap.
Joey's questions have involved Steven Seagal.
Zach, what country is the Civil War?
Oh, oh, go ahead.
This film features a civil war. In what country?
They just say Africa, like as if it's a country, correct?
Correct. Which would make it not a civil war.
Yeah, that would just be a war. But
But whatever.
But whatever. Hans, it's time for the Rosetta Stone of Steven Seagal's
wait,
career.
so that whole movie, none of your questions had to do with Steven
that's it?
Seagal's
There's
part in the
nothing
movie.
You
else?
asked a question
About it?
about Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson or Steven Seagal?
Nope.
I feel like there was so much more to that movie. I was like ready.
That's
At the time when Mike Tyson just says it's Civil War time and bursts tanks in through the wall of this meeting.
Like twice.
And
The
shoots
time that
two
Steven
pieces of
Seagal
test
tried to
equipment.
make Mike Tyson drink pee. Like,
Or Steven Seagal just being really into motorcycles for some reason.
It was a weird
Joey, we
movie.
remember so much of this movie. Please ask us more.
It'd be too easy.
This one also has an archival photo of Seagal from a previous movie.
Oh, I'm not going to make this easy for you. Hans,
Yeah.
talking about attrition.
Okay.
45 minutes into the film, what has happened?
I'm going to say nothing.
That's
Correct.
rubbish. Technically, something happened. It was just boring.
Look, I only have one source, and it's a podcast. Well, I have two sources, a podcast and IMDb.
Which one's least accurate?
Aaron,
Nah.
a man appears and tries to convince Steven Seagal to hunt down his missing daughter.
Yes.
How does he convince him?
He threatens to abandon his other daughters.
Correct.
Oh my
Zach.
god.
Yes.
What does Hans call the man who kidnaps the women?
What? What does Hans call the man who kidnaps the women? It's the shadow monster from Lost. Smoke monster, sorry.
Hans, do you remember what you called him?
No.
Aaron?
Ted.
He was simply referred to as Magic Man.
Magic Man!
Magic
Right.
Man.
Magic Man!
Hans, in typical Seagal fashion, how does Seagal know what this kidnapped woman looks like?
He out of nowhere. He just does. No one tells him.
That is incorrect.
Oh, really? Oh, all right. All right.
Aaron,
He has a naked magic dream vision of her.
She's like floating above him in the dream with like scarves and fabrics and stuff.
That's right. That's right.
correct.
Oh,
My note just
God.
says, naked dream visions. Don't ask.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you asked.
He saw her in a dream, but naked.
Yep.
Yep. And Aaron,
Oh, great. I get to go again. On this movie that I remember stuff about, apparently.
yeah. The film hard cuts from rescuing the girls to what?
From rescuing the girls to... I just said I remember stuff about this movie.
Yep.
That,
Yep,
that's
that is
my
how it
hubris
goes.
coming back to bite me. From rescuing... Just hard cuts from rescuing the girls to...
You're gonna be so mad.
a party. He's playing guitar, and there's like a portrait of himself in the corner.
I'm going to give it to you.
Yes.
I have Seagal playing blues music in a feudal Japan ? Party.
Yeah,
Steven Slowhand Seagal.
yeah.
Just out of curiosity, would you also expect some weird rant about how like white people should learn kung fu and like how that would make the world a better place?
Kung Fu should be available to everybody, Zach.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, if anything, maybe just a weird argument about like kung fu versus karate versus like something else.
Terrible.
Just something.
Just something. Just Seagal, you know.
You know.
But unfortunately, that brings us to the end of attrition and to the beginning of General Commander, otherwise known as the paint by numbers on the wall with only one color.
I do not remember General Commander at all.
Nope.
Well,
Now I do. I'm good. Wait. It just.
Well, Zach, you have the first question.
Okay. Specifically, I remember like two things about this movie, but that's more than most of them. So.
At the start of the film, what character gets killed?
It's like one of his squad mates, like one of his friends.
I'm looking for a name.
Jacob.
That's incorrect. Hans?
Is that Ben?
Incorrect. Aaron?
Zach.
Oh! Oh, now I remember this movie. Okay, now I know what we're dealing with.
Hans?
Yeah. Aaron's running away with it this quarter.
Scooping him up.
Yeah. According to Aaron,
Yep.
this movie is what government program applied to the dark web?
It's not right. I want to say MK Ultra, but I think that's from something else.
Aaron?
Dare for the dark web.
Oh God.
It's there for the dark web.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Aaron?
I'm like all hyped up right now.
Yeah. What happens to Seagal after he leaves the CIA and reunites with his lover?
After he leaves the CIA and reunites with his lover, he gets drone striked.
Correct.
That's ready to steal that one. Well, to be fair, it cuts to black. We don't
Cuts to
actually.
black. It's ambiguous.
Zach, what is the villain doing throughout the entire film?
Was the villain doing throughout the entire film?
Yep. What activity was he participating in throughout the entire film?
Is this the one? Like, is this the one where there's like the man behind the man, and he's just like sitting in a dark room, like answering these phone calls? I'm gonna say playing chess. I'm just gonna guess playing chess.
That's incorrect. Hans, do you remember what the villain was doing this whole movie?
Safe answer. Nothing.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work this time. That's a pretty good guess.
So there are kind of two answers to this question because they're kind of
my
two villains.
God.
There's the villain in the
Oh,
background who
Aaron.
does nothing, who spends the entire movie smoking cigars. I'm gonna guess the background villain who smokes cigars and just talks on the phone like twice, but that doesn't actually do anything active in the movie. But the criminal activity I'm okay. That's my official answer.
Okay.
Right.
You're
So wait, I
turning
wanna
into Zach
say-
now.
I'm turning
Hold
it that in, yeah, because I'm hyped up on power right now. And
Valid.
but like the criminal activity that the criminals are active in is organ harvesting.
You see, this falls in that category of I don't know if I misheard when I listened to the episode, or if you're wrong,
Probably the latter.
Probably, yeah.
because the answer I have is vaping.
Dang it! No, he does. He vapes.
He does.
He doesn't smoke a
I
cigar.
was gonna
He
say, I don't
vapes.
think it's cigars.
You're right.
I like how upset Aaron
So,
was
yeah.
by that. Dang it, you're right, vaping.
I remember now. He vapes.
So yeah,
Gosh.
no points for that one.
That's why he turned to organ harvesting. Got to replace his lungs every now and again.
Yeah, the popcorn lung. That's why.
Yeah. Hans, it's time for the sequel to Above the Law.
Here it is.
Except that movie doesn't exist, so we're going to talk about Beyond the Law instead, our final
This is it.
film.
This is it.
Right. Of course.
Which, according to IMDb, how much money did Seagal claim he was paid for this movie?
It was like only enough to buy a refrigerator.
Correct.
We did at least talk about that one.
Yes.
Well, speaking of things that we didn't talk about,
Oh no.
and we'll get to some follow through on this statement in a couple questions further. I'm going to say plus or minus 5. What percentage of the photos on the IMDb page for this movie are just pictures of women's cleavage?
70.
That is incorrect. Zach.
20.
Incorrect. Hans.
90?
It is a solid 50%.
Okay.
Every other picture is just a woman in a strip club. Zach, what is Aaron's dad's favorite film?
Oh, his favorite? Not his favorite Steven Seagal film. His favorite film?
His favorite film.
That's so
Let's see if any-
unfair.
Let's see if anyone can get this before it gets to Aaron.
Oh no, wait, Hans looks pretty jazzed too. His dad's favorite film is... It's gotta be something like... Platoon, I don't know. No,
incorrect.
I know it's not right.
I am pretty sure it's Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh,
That is correct.
right! Dang it!
Hans, to double up on your points, in Life's Too Short, Liam Neeson shows up and does an improv scene.
Yep.
Where does Liam Neeson set the improv scene?
I'm so mad at you, Joey. I can do this bit from heart.
Now this is tough. I'm torn. I'm torn because I don't. There are two scenes.
There are two scenes I will accept either.
One of them he doesn't set the scene. Somebody else sets it for him, and I think the other one might. I think the first one is the doctor's office, and then the other one's a greengrocer.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was looking for either of. I would have accepted either.
Okay.
Let's
He has full-blown
do
AIDS.
some improvisational comedy.
He has full-blown AIDS. He got it from an African prostitute. Needed to sell her body to support
Yeah.
her family.
And you might be thinking, these aren't really questions about Beyond the Law. And that's because none of you said anything about Beyond the Law really at all throughout this whole episode.
That's 'cause we-
you really kind of
We were so disappointed.
out.
It swapped from a focus on it being a sequel to a focus on like Aaron's experience watching it with his father.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That was the much more interesting thing to talk
We
about.
talk a little bit about what happens.
So everyone loses 1 point for that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's the last film,
That's it.
Dang.
which means it's time to walk to the podium and get some bonus stars. I'm not going to say what the numbers are until afterwards, but I will say, before bonus stars, in first place is Aaron,
How comfortable is my lead?
I thought it was Aaron, yeah.
followed by Hans,
Oh,
and then Zach is in third.
no.
So, now we're going to have to go to our bonus stars based off of the results from the quiz you all took
Yes.
for naming movies.
Available on inouvreourheads.com.
Hans gets 1 extra bonus star. For releasing at the correct time, Zach gets 1 extra bonus star.
Yay.
Despite not knowing the taglines to many of these films and making the quiz, Hans still gets a bonus star. And Hans gets a bonus star for having the high score
Teacher's pet.
By 1%, by the way.
by 1%.
I thought we were using this to weight the scores.
Like
Which?
multipliers.
Also,
Yeah.
due to coming narrowly in second place in multiple categories, the Best Second Place Award
This really is
gives
Mario
a bonus
Party.
star to Zach.
Yay.
Yay.
And with that, we end up with our final scores.
no.
Zach comes in at 26.
Okay.
After that, Aaron comes in
Ooh!
at 34.
Whoa, that's a gap.
And after that, Hans comes in at 34.
Oh
Wait.
no!
Wait, what do we
Oh,
do?
no!
So I win.
What do we do?
Oh no!
Dang, that teacher's
And
that
I
teacher's
did not
pet buff
plan
really
for
brought you up,
this.
I don't think we even thought that this would happen. We never thought that it would be possible to tie.
So, I think what this means, as the official host, I am going to say, as the person who sans bonus stars managed to get 34 points, I am going to say, hold on, I'm going to say Aaron gets to pick the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
However, both of you came in second.
So you both have to play a character. Okay.
So you're both going to have to select a character from Aaron's choice of film to assist Zach with his recording.
Yes.
You know what?
Pick a good film.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think this is the best possible outcome.
Yeah.
Really.
Pick a good one, Aaron. Let's go.
Do I announce it now?
Ooh.
Yes.
You have one in mind?
Or do we wait for like the wrap up episode? And
No,
we'll
so
announce
we
the movie?
did. It is. I do believe it's only fair because we did make Zach tell us what movie he was going to watch as his reward, and we forced him to think about that immediately.
This is true.
You got to pick a good one because it's got to be just gnarly enough that Zach has to deal with a lot of garbage, but not too gnarly that you and I aren't tortured along with him.
Oh no, that's not fun. You gotta torture everyone.
Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
Oh, okay.
I play Eric Bogosian.
Are you kidding?
Ooh, oh, of course.
I'm gonna have to experience that movie for a third time. Oh my god! I can't.
It's like I didn't actually lose.
So you only have to play one character.
Yeah.
What character will you be
guess.
playing, Hans?
Hans needs to choose like the Katherine Heigl character so he can just like disappear for like half of it.
In the spirit of what we're doing, I can't do that. But I should pick the. I can't remember her name. The like female assassin that was on
She has like
Bogosian's
2
team.
lines.
She had no lines, but she killed the performance. In the spirit of what we're doing, I can't pick that one.
What about? I want to give you suggestions, but I don't know if. you
Yeah,
wanna
he
take
could be like one of the Situation Room people or
You could be like the other big assassin guy.
Yeah. Oh, the Big Ed from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the guy that has to have the knife.
So you
fight
two are
with.
just the villains.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Except I know Aaron chose this purely just so he could do the, we know that we're not supposed to act like we don't know that you know about this thing underneath the Pentagon, and we're gonna act like you know that I don't know that you don't know that I know. Like, he chose it for that part specifically.
It's going to be so fun.
Jeez.
Wait, that means... that means I broke my bra.
Oh.
Yeah,
we're
actually,
gonna
that's
have
the best
so much
possible
fun.
outcome. Good pick, Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a great pick.
Solid.
Thank you.
Well, we have that to look forward to. We have a wrap-up episode to look forward to.
We're so not done
and
with
then
Seagal.
who knows?
Oh my
We're
God.
never going to be done with Seagal.
We can't escape.
And then an episode about the commercials.
Oh my god.
That was the best possible outcome, really. That was-
Honestly.
Honestly. Well, Joey,
Could
well
not
done.
have-
Bravo.
Bravo.
Could not have scripted it could not have scripted that better.
No winners, only
But
losers.
Yeah.
that is the end of Attack Flight Born Against a Good Sniper Weapon Pistol Gun Salesman, Attrition Justice Edition.
I do like the title this time around.
Thank you. You all were fantastic. I'm so sorry.
That means one of us has to die.
Before I made like the minigame quote speech thing, I had like 2 to 3 quotes from every movie or from every episode, whether it was the movie or just things y'all said.
Oh, no.
And I chopped a lot of them to when I made that speech because it was like, we're not going to have time. It's too many quotes and it's not worth it. So I just used it as reference material to make that speech. And like, here's to what might be a real good team was good. But honestly, like one of the ones I'm the saddest I couldn't put in is per Aaron, ABC, always be recording.
Always be recording.
Like, that got me so good. I loved that.
Thank you.
Like, we had a dangerous man. It's okay. We saved you from those guys back there. We don't mean you any harm. And then the guy just says, what do you mean by we, you white boy?
That's a classic Seagal right there.
Like,
Yeah.
another Aaron quote. I come back to say something I say every other episode. Why? How? I'm glad you found a way to mention it again, Aaron. But in Sniper Special Ops, when you said to drive home that this guy's the villain, he's a liberal arts major.
Yeah.
Just flawless. Hans talking about Zach. We're 45 movies into our Seagology, and it's the continuity errors that are bothering you.
Yep.
Honestly, I feel like it should have been set to like what's the Chapel Roan song where she starts off talking about how you never go on a date on a Friday night. Is that Super Ultra Modern Girl?
Sure.
I imagine that like
Sure.
that the carry Zach, please tell me you know that song.
I've probably heard it. I'm more familiar with Good Luck Babe and Hot to Go and Red Night Wine Supernova and Pink Pony Club. And
We'll stick with Hot to Go. Imagine like the backtracking of Hot to Go with Zach saying, what is her role? Hot girl. What is her job? Hot girl. What is her skill? Hot girl. Aaron saying, I spend a lot of time around the youths.
I do. I don't anymore, actually.
Aaron's dad saying, you've watched 49 of these.
Yep.
Honestly, the dad quotes in that final episode were fantastic.
good.
They
So
were
good.
great.
I love my dad so much.
No commentary about the film.
No.
No, because it was just trash. It was
Not worth
nothing. It was garbage. We were
Not worth
hoping for
talking
some
about.
kind of like a bookend.
Wait,
and
in that
we
one,
didn't get it.
We did definitely talk about how Steven Seagal is playing the wrong character, because if he was like a different character in the movie, it would be a sequel to Above the Law. If he was the cop, not the gangster, like.
Yeah.
Also, very much a throwback. Zach saying that he is the Larry Bird of talking about Steven Seagal.
Hell yes, absolutely. I stand by that.
And he lost the.
I'm also the wing. I'm not the Larry Bird of knowing the most about Steven Seagal. I'm the Larry Bird of talking about Steven Seagal. I'll run laps around you when it comes to talking about it. I can be wrong the entire time. I'll also add, I'm also the Wayne Gretzky of talking about Steven Seagal.
I love how all the characters just look at each other and explain their inner lives. This is why you're completely wrong was just wildly out of pocket.
That was so aggressive.
That was a spit take.
For no
That was
reason.
an honest to goodness spit take.
I've never genuinely, actually spit out whatever it was that I was drinking. And Aaron throwing that back at me. I understand where you're coming from, but here's how you're just 100% wrong.
Just so aggressive. Hit him so hard.
Oh, that was good TV right there, though.
Yeah. Also, Against the Dark was the episode where Aaron, Mr. Miyagi'd the gnat.
Ooh.
That made it into my notes.
Nice. Man, Joey, you have been fantastic throughout this whole thing.
so
I
good.
really appreciate what you've helped us do.
It
loyal
has
listener.
been an absolute delight. I think the only part that has impacted my day-to-day life, because y'all have people who especially you, Aaron, people going, "Oh, you have a podcast." The most I have is
keep it on
people
the
going,
memo.
"What is that poster in your bathroom?"
I need my poster. I want my poster.
I have it ready for you.
Good, thank you.
But yeah, Rachel said I wasn't allowed to put it anywhere else.
Yeah. That's
You
fair.
wanted to put it in the bedroom.
Oh, not the bedroom.
Joey.
Not his eyes looking down on you
I
while you
wanted it in the
sleep.
living room.
No.
I don't want
No, that's a fair line to draw.
I want it in this room. I have this big blank wall right here.
You put it next to your desk?
It's either that or my
was gonna say-
bedroom. Those are the only two rooms I can just put stuff up.
You have 2 houses!
I'm not going to put it where the public can see it.
But yeah, put it in your hosting kitchen where you play your Lord of the Rings tabletop game.
I could put it in there. That'd be very funny.
And
I was
don't
gonna
explain
put it
it.
next to my Goncharov poster, but I was told no.
And don't explain
Goncharov.
it.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah.